Well, goddamn. Holy shit. I took a day off today and goddamn. The Vikings fire Kwesi Adofo-Mensah. Oh shit. I did not see this coming. I really didn't. I was just like sitting here at the crib, working on some stuff, just sitting here chilling, and boom, got the news. Kwesi just got fired. Oh my God. Like, what up, six shooter? First off, to everybody out there that's been going back and forth with me about Kwesi, about Kevin O'Connell, hey, I guess y'all was right and I was wrong, man. I was wrong. I can admit that shit because seeing it right now, your boy got let go. He was just at the Senior Bowl. Damn. God damn, this shit is crazy, man. I did not see this shit coming, man. Like, we got to talk about it. We really got to talk about it, man. I don't know what's next for the Vikings. The reason why I didn't go live right when it happened, because I wanted to kind of let some of the information, fester out a little bit, because, I wanted to have, more info on what's going on. But what I heard is that Rob Brzezinski is going to take over some of the duties right now, going on to the draft, and they're basically going to start their GM search, as soon as possible. One of the biggest problems I have with this whole situation is this: why do it now? If you was having some kind of thoughts about this, or firing him or moving on, or stripping him from a title or whatever, y'all could have did this a couple of weeks ago, right before the season ended. You get what I'm saying? And start the GM search from there. But man, this is wild. This is wild. Like, goddamn, man. Yeah. It's, hey, go bring in you Louis Riddick, Jordan Reed, from the scout team, Adrian Wilson, from the Arizona Cardinals. He's been doing good, in my opinion, down there. He's a good young mind, ex-safety in the league. But god damn, the Vikings came through with a doozy today, huh? Like for real, man. Like, I did not expect this at all. Like, I'm still in awe right now, because this shit is crazy. This shit is crazy. Hey, you know what, Barbara? I agree. Hey, KOC should be a package deal, man. Like, hey, go ahead and do it right. Go ahead and fucking blow this whole shit up right now and move the fuck on. Because the thing about it is, right now, let's say we bring in a new general manager, Kevin O'Connell will not be his guy. And immediately Kevin O'Connell will be on the hot seat. It's going to be a approval year for Kevin O'Connell. Man, he said the owners knew they made a mistake. They brought in the first-time GM, an analytic businessman. Just GM fired himself. Hey, I can't say nothing about it, man. You right about that. They brought in the first-time GM and the first-time head coach at the same time. Damn. That's all I can say, man. Damn. This shit crazy, man. This shit crazy. Hey, man, anybody in the chat, man, want to jump on? Let me know. I'll drop the link for y'all, because this shit is wild. This shit is wild, man. Hey, what up, Purple Soda? What up, my man? This shit is crazy. I'm gonna see something real quick. Let me see who gonna get up in here. Let me see this real quick. Yeah, man. That shit crazy. That shit crazy. I just put the link in the chat real quick, man. You ain't even gotta be on camera, man. Anybody want to jump on, man? You can just fucking, hey, just talk your shit real quick. And he said, my boy Purple Soda said he at work celebrating, man. Hey, it's tough for me, man. I'm gonna be real. It's tough for me, man. I didn't see this happening, man. I was just like, I thought it was gonna be KOC, but I guess they went in another direction. And just like I heard on Purple Daily right now, it's a lot of finger pointing going on, or who's to blame for this, who's to blame for that. Like, we gonna see. But Kevin O'Connell, hey, the clock starts with you right now, buddy, because they got the GM up out of there. You might be next. I'm not saying it's gonna be this year, but you might be next. That shit is crazy. Crazy. Purple Soda, what's good, my man? What's good?
What's going on, bro? I'm at work real quick, but I had to tap in, man. I'm celebrating. I'm way out here in Cali. I'm so happy they fired that dude, man. I'm so happy. Not, I'm not like a hater like that. And, people say, well, they have families to feed, and I get all that. They're making millions of dollars. I don't know why the Wills hired that dude in the first place. We were just talking like I watch other contents, man. First of all, E Woods, man, like I said, you the GOAT. Man, I love you, bro. Like, keep doing your thing. Like, I really appreciate you. But I don't know why they hired him in the first place, but like people saying like Kwesi is just not a football guy. So I don't understand what he was doing. And everybody was making moves this offseason, and the season technically ain't even over yet because still got the Super Bowl.
Right.
But we ain't making no moves. We just sitting there. I'm just like, man, I love my team, but like this sucks. So when I got the news, man, it's Friday. My supervisor let me chill a little bit, so I'm happy. But yeah, man. So what's your thoughts? Talk to me. Good to finally see you.
No problem, man. Hey, first off, what part of California you at?
Right now I'm from Sacramento, but I'm in the Bay Area right now.
Okay,
so
yeah,
I'm in Richmond.
I'm in San Bernardino right now. I'm from LA.
Oh, San Bernardino?
Yeah,
okay, yeah. That's what's up. My boy Justin's down there.
Okay.
Hey, what's going on?
All right, so how I feel about it, like everybody know, like I'm a big Kwesi guy. I believed in him, but I never like absolved him of any blame for like what he did, with the draft situation. I get that. But the biggest thing I can say, like from right now on where I see it, why do it right now? You could have did this a couple of weeks ago and started your GM search a little bit early. And it kind of makes sense to what you said too about they ain't made no moves. This is probably why they haven't made any moves, because they probably wanted to do this first.
Right. So I stick with that, and I really believe because, and this is my personal opinion, I want your opinion. I think because Sam Darnold's in the Super Bowl and Kwesi just let that dude walk out, I think they had a big part of it. I think it's the Wolves. They don't like to be embarrassed. They're trying to compete. They're always trying to stay competitive, and so I think sometimes that bites them in the butt. But the fact that Sam's in the Super Bowl, we had Sam in the building. I think it's like, you know what? We're not gonna experiment again. We're not going to go to another season trying to see shoulda, woulda, coulda, what might happen. Like, let's get somebody here who knows what they're doing, and So, what do you think about KLC now? Do you think? Because I'm like, I love you, but it's just like, so this boy.
The clock is ticking, buddy. Because
the clock is ticking.
Just like I told a lot of people, whatever, when they were talking about trying to fire Kwesi, earlier, I was just like, I've never seen a situation to where an organization fires the general manager but keeps the coaching staff, in place. It never works. They only keep it in place for maybe that year, and then they just blow the whole thing up. They're gonna have to bring in a new general manager, and that new general manager is gonna want his guy. So is on the timeline right now, for real.
So I want you to talk about this. I was watching another content place, and they said exactly what you were saying, but they made an example like when Kyle Shanahan, who was the Niners, they said that he had a big influence on bringing in John Lynch as a GM. And so they think that Kevin's going to have a big, because like you said, if a GM comes in, he's going to want his guy. So they're thinking that they're going to give Kev like a big say-so who the GM is. like so they can kind of mesh and stick together. What do you think about that? Is you think that's just kind of too over the top?
I think that's over the top. I think you kind of set yourself up for failure when you do something like that. You basically
Right,
allowing Kevin O'Connell to hire his own boss. So I think this is probably it. Yeah,
bringing his cousin.
yeah, you bring in somebody that's gonna, not make the move for him. I think what in all actuality made this situation bad was Kwesi never really
Right,
had the say so as a GM to do what he wanted to do. It was too many cooks in the kitchen. It got to that point, and now
right,
they're going to move on. And I just heard that they're going to go with Brzezinski as the GM.
yeah,
And that's great. That's great. Brzezinski's been with the team for over 20 years, and he
right,
was brought in when Rick was here. He came from Miami back in the day, so he's been here for
right.
a long time. And I just feel like that's a right move. That's a good move to bring him in. I can see, like my man Barber just said right now, Brigson probably gone too, bro. Like Brigson is probably gone. And what we gotta think about too, Purple Soda, is this: you had last week. You had Mike Pitton last week on the podcast and kind of throw shade at Brian Flores. That let the door open of some infighting going on in the front office and the coaching staff. So now you got Kwesi leaving.
Right.
It's about to get nasty. It's about to get nasty.
It's about to get. Well, I hope they figure it out because, like you said, man, we only got a few months for the draft. I don't want this to linger on.
Yeah.
And it like cause a lot of internal issues. So figure it out. But I think, on the inside, not saying that Kev's happy he got fired, but I think KLC's happy that this dude is out of his way. So we'll see. Like, he has no excuse now. Like,
yeah, no excuse.
Get somebody that can draft. He have no excuses. I'm excited for Donald. I just, that's a whole nother subject. So I don't want to take over your podcast, bro.
No,
I'm gonna keep listening, man. But I just want to tap in real quick to say I love you, man. Keep doing your thing.
Thank you.
As soon as I'm a little bit more financially set, I'm gonna start supporting a little bit more. I'm just kind of out here struggling. But as soon as I don't like to eat for free, so I get a lot of your content. So as soon as I can, I'm gonna tap in and man, put some jingles in your pocket. All right, bro.
Cool, man. Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
All right, man. I love you. Keep doing your thing.
All right, man. Thanks.
All right.
There we go. So we got Purple Soda in the building. Anybody else in the comments, man, want to get on here and basically talk what you got to say, man? I'm open right now. Open right now. Now, I haven't been keeping up with the Senior Bowl, man. I'm just really deep on this whole general manager situation right now, man. It's wild for me, man. It's really wild. It's really wild. So, god damn, that's all I can really say right now, because this came out of left field, man. It really just came out of left field, man. It really did. God damn. Kwesi gone. Man. Who we got coming back in here, man? Who we got? God damn, man. Where my boy, okay, yeah. Gabe Owners beat the okay. Yeah, we talk about that, man. But it's just like we said with Purple Soda, man. It's weird, man, that they did this right now. I just think it shouldn't have been done a little bit earlier. But I mean, the season really ain't over with yet. Just like Purple Soda said, the Super Bowl hasn't played itself out yet. I mean, they figured out what they wanted to do, and it kind of makes sense on why everything's been quiet in Minnesota concerning the coaching staff and all this other stuff. This is probably the move they want to make first. This is the first domino right now, and things are about to get interesting. I think things are about to get nasty. Hey, Kwesi, if you want to go on somebody's podcast and talk your shit, let everybody know what was really going on, say it. But how I started this whole, live stream right now, I gotta say this. I was wrong. And sometimes, you got to admit when you're wrong. And I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I was wrong. I didn't think it was going to be Kwesi. I thought it was going to be Kevin O'Connell. I put, equally blame on both of them, but I thought Kwesi would have been safe this year. I would have thought this situation was going to be something that would have happened, next season. They would have blew the whole thing out, but it seems like they started to do it now. Yeah. Yeah, it's been a lot of noise over the. Yeah. I want to hear more about the situation, man. I want to hear more about it. I really do. I really do. It's wild, man. Yeah, pressure is up. Yeah, 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 yeah. So it's Kevin O'Connell on that hot seat, man. There ain't no way around it. Ain't no way around it right now. He on that hot seat right now, for real, for real. Like this shit is crazy. This shit is crazy. Man, I'm just looking at some of the comments on Twitter real quick. Shit, I might have to bring that up, man. I think I'm gonna bring that up. I think I'm gonna bring up some of the comments on Twitter. See what people talking about on Twitter real quick, man. Because this shit, wow, man. This shit, wow. This shit wasn't expected. This shit was not expected. Man, I'm telling you, it's weird, man. I have to stay at home today, do some stuff around the house, and god damn, here we go. Here we go. Let this X load up, man. We're gonna get some comments from X real quick, man. See what people on, man. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Shit. There we go. Let me share the screen real quick. Let me see what people saying on Twitter, man. Let me see what people saying on Twitter. X. Let's see what people saying on Twitter, man. Man, see that? See that, y'all? That shit big as day, man. Big as day. Big as day, man. This shit is crazy. For real. For real. Hey, for real, man. Hey. Yeah, I'm gonna stop saying it. I'm gonna stop saying that then. I'm gonna stop saying that then. But let's get to something else that's somewhere some people saying, man. Damn, Thor. I feel the same way, man. We both was wrong, Thor. We both was wrong. Yeah, here's the one from Diana Rossini right here. This is the one that broke the news right here, man. It says the search for the new GM will go down after the draft. Most likely teams in this position expect to pivot. Likely the opposite of what they just had. I expect an old school type, strong scouting background, and someone rooted in tradition. That hey, that sound like Rick. That sound like Rick. Yeah. Purple Soda. I think Kwesi was surprised. I think it came out of left field because he was just at the Senior Bowl. Like it's everybody saying people talking about bring Rick back. Hey, they might have to. They might have to. For real. That's my boy SK. SK said, "Hey, what's Rick up to?" Hey, SK. I'm gonna text you right now because I'm gonna let you know too. My bad, bro. You was right. You was right. I'm gonna tell you right now. My bad, bro. You was right. That's a good thing about real men, man. You gotta admit when you wrong, man. You gotta admit when you wrong, man. What up, Zoe? My boy Zoe in the building. What up, Zoe? Hey, for real. Adrian said KOC shouldn't have been fired also. I agree. But this just turned up the pressure on KOC a whole lot more, because regardless of if he gonna have some kind of say so on the new GM, that new GM gonna come in there with a different vision, and he ain't gonna be KOC guy off top. KOC gonna have to earn that respect. It's about to get crazy. It's about to get nasty. For real. So, and I'm here for it. Yeah, I don't know if Rick would even come back, man. I don't even know if Rick would come back, man. Yeah, I don't know. You can't bring Spellman back. He's already got a front office job. Hey, but is he the GM for the Jets? People can always move, have a lateral move. I mean, promotion of a move. Nah, man. We don't want Harrison Smith as a GM. We want somebody that know what they're doing. We want somebody that's going to go in there, that's been a GM before, that can kind of get this team back. We got a lot of draft picks, in this upcoming offseason. We need somebody that's going to come in there and get this job done. We don't need nobody new on the job. We don't. Purple Soda said, "What's up, Zoe?" Yep. Oh, okay. So he deep with the Jets. All right, cool. Then we gonna move on. Everybody in the comments though, who y'all think will be a good GM for this situation? Because you got to think so too. You got to put Kevin O'Connell in the loop with this, because the coach is still, with the job. So you got to bring in somebody that's going to be able to have that relationship and, go forward. And I heard this from Jason Harmon earlier. He said this is the second time that this front office basically have a different regime where the coach and GM didn't get along and kind of mess up the whole situation. So, hey, it's weird, man. It's weird, but it is what it is. Let me refresh this real quick and see if we can bring in some other stuff, some other comments of what people are saying. Yeah. Let me see what I got the notification for. Who said something? Yeah, my boy SK said he liked my comment. He liked the comment. I ain't too prideful, bro. I'm gonna admit when I'm wrong, man. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna admit that shit. I'm gonna call it up. I'm gonna admit. Let's see what my boy SK saying right now. He said, "Now we about to see if you're right about the coaches." Hey, for real. Hey, SK. Yeah. Hey, for real. This is wild. Let me just hit that reply to him real quick. Let me see if he can jump on for a second. Let me find him real quick. Let me find him real quick. Oh shit! I don't know why I did it like that, man. I don't know why I did it like that, man. Let me text him real quick. Let me see if he hit it back. If he hit me back. Yeah, man. Let me get to the comments real quick. Let's get to the comments. Purple Soda said, so I have a question. Do you think KLC wanted to keep Sam? I think KLC, that's kind of tough, man. I think KLC wanted to go with McCarthy because that was his pick, but I think he wanted a better backup in the building. I'll say that much. I think he wanted a better backup in the building. Yeah, I'm about to send a link to SK real quick. See if it go through. There we go. Let's see if you pop in real quick. All I need him before a couple of minutes. Coming for a couple of minutes. And we got Adrian saying something right here. Oh shit, my screen. Let's go home. There we go. We got Adrian saying something right minute. Wouldn't you want GM before the draft? Yeah, I would, but they already in a position to where they there we go. There we go. It's a whole lot better now. Doing that shared screen with X. Yeah, I would want a GM to be in play before the draft, but as of right now, you got to understand that the scouts are already in place, and you just kind of want to get rid of just go through the draft real quick of what you got and kind of start from scratch. And that's probably why they made the statement of Brzezinski's going to handle the draft situation for right now, and then they'll look for a GM after that, which is understandable, but it's gonna be tough, man. They put themselves in a tough situation because shit, you got the draft coming up. Free agency is gonna be before the draft. You got all these things coming up right now. It's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna be tough. I'm not saying they should hire a GM like right now, but man, they gotta go through the motions, man. It's not looking good. It's really not looking good. I just like I said, with purple soda. Yeah, we got breaking news, some more breaking news. And so they gonna hire a GM after free agency. That's what Viking Insider just said right now. He said breaking Vikings news right now. Vikings waiting to hire new general manager until after free agency and after the draft. Following the firing of general manager Kwesi Adofo-Mensah, executive vice president Ryan Pazinski, who has been with the team for 27 years, will lead the organization through free agency and the 2026 draft. Official team statement after the draft, we intend to conduct search. That's kind of backwards, man. That's kind of backwards. Okay, so what we got here for Adrian says, I just want to see if McCarthy can stay healthy. That if he can, prove he can stay healthy, Minnesota could be all right. Yeah. Hey, that's the biggest thing with McCarthy, man. He got to stay healthy, bro. He got to stay healthy. And if he don't, they're going to have to be looking for something else. But they're going to have to bring in a veteran quarterback anyway to be a backup. Like that's how it's going to be. So, yeah. That shit. Wow. That shit. Wow. So, okay. Okay. Cool, cool. Yeah. I see somebody else saying like they don't think a big time trade is in the works right now because they ain't got no GM. I mean, who knows? Who knows? Man. uh, 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 uh. Oh man, they got the Kwesi Adofo-Mensah on the meme for McCarthy. Man. Yeah. What you got, Six Shooter? He said the Vikings just put out a statement about what's going on, and there's some news coming up. They don't. Hey, what else they got? What else they got to say? Yeah, Sam Darnold got him fired. Hey, Sam Darnold in the Super Bowl, it changed a lot of things. It changed it, man, fast, crazy. Damn. I don't think Ryan Grigson gonna be back. Cause I got some people saying like Ryan Grigson gonna get promoted. I don't think he gonna get promoted. I don't think he gonna be back. I think he probably gonna be the next person to go. Because if he was Kwesi's assistant, then and they find Kwesi for certain situations, then hey, it is what it is, man. He gonna probably have to go too. So I don't see them keeping Grigson on staff at all. He'll be the next. Man. Whew. Yep. So man, I've been on for a good 30 minutes, man. I ain't finna stay on here too long because I want to get some more information about it. I want to talk about this a whole lot more. And I need more information. Stuff is just slowly coming out. Slowly coming out. So that's what we're gonna do right now. I'm gonna jump on. I'm gonna get up out of here. I'm about to end it right now. Yeah, so I can get back to some other shit. But man, stay tuned. Stay tuned. Hey, who we got right here? It says we got Barber. He said, I hope they get rid of Grigson. Yeah, I don't think Grigson is gonna stay. I think he's gonna be the next to go. He's gonna be the next to go. And we got my boy T. He said, yo, I just heard him and KLC got into it behind the scenes. Hey, T, let me know. Hey, I'm about to send you the link. Hey, what you hearing, man? What you hearing, man? Let me know what you think. Let me know what you hearing, man. I guess we ain't into the show anyway, Barbara. We about to keep this going. If I can get T on here to say something real quick. I just sent you the what's the name, T? Just send it to you. Jump on, man, because I didn't hear that one. I didn't hear that one. Oh, okay. Mark Wilf is doing a live Zoom to talk about everything. Oh, hey, I'm definitely. Hey, what time will it be, 6-shooter? Hey, I am. I might have to hop off. For real. I might have to hop off. Shit. Cause hey, I'm missing all the good tea. I'm trying to go live and shit, but it seems like more and more news is coming out. Okay, he said it should be sometime soon. He just said this afternoon. Never gave us a time date. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Damn. Oh, we got my boy SK on here. We got SK. Hey, SK, before you say anything, don't say nothing. I'm a man of my word. You was right, bro. You was right, bro. I was wrong. You was right. So I'm gonna just give you. If it's called giving you your flowers right now, I'm doing it. But I'm just not gonna get up here and be like, oh, I saw it coming and
yeah.
Nah. You know I'm a crazy guy, so you was
I don't
right.
think any of us saw us coming. This is like the most weird like time frame to do it. Like my thing is, why did we wait to do it now?
That's how I feel too. That's
so
how
I'm
I
looking
feel
at
too.
ownership. I'm looking at the Wilfs. Like, why did we wait 3 weeks, 4 weeks to fire the guy when, I mean, nothing has changed, at least on our end, unless there was some incident that happened between the two or argument that happened between the group this past few weeks. If we're gonna fire him today, why didn't we fire him 3 weeks ago? And then we'd have a new GM at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, but what I do like is that I know that the reports out, or not reports, it's actually confirmed that Rob Brzezinski is gonna kind of head the NFL draft and free agency thing. I love that, and
Yeah,
that
me too.
there's a lot more that's into that. But just starting with Rob B, is I love that because Rob B is a numbers guy,
Right.
and we are, what is it, $48 million over the cap or something like that. So first off, we have the right guy in charge to get that number under the cap. because that's what we need to do first and foremost. And I think that's going to come with some restructures. That's going to come with T.J. Hawkinson being released or cut, I believe, and possibly a trade. Who knows? But I like that on that aspect of things. But what I like the most about that, and I'm reading between the lines here, is Rob B ain't going to be making the final decisions at the draft.
Right.
He may have a final say as far as, okay, let's do it and confirm it. And he's kind of the middleman between ownership and the coaching staff. But this is going to be a KOC Brian Flores draft.
Yeah. Yep.
And regardless of what you feel about him, for the most part, I think the fan base loves Brian Flores for obvious reasons. And I would say a majority of the fan base loves KOC. And we're really going to see not only what KOC's full potential is, not only as a coach, but as putting a team together. And I think this is going to be kind of a balanced draft, but it's not going to be one-sided offensive draft or one-sided defensive draft. I think it's going to be split down the middle to where B-Flow is going to have his guys, KOC is going to have his guys. But what this also does is, I'm a JJ McCarthy guy. I'm in the mode of you got to give him one more year to see the progression, because it shows how a lot of people talk on Twitter or social media that didn't watch the progression of JJ McCarthy throughout the year. And I'm not saying it's some ridiculous, great progression that he showed, but he showed it from the first game to the last 4 or 5 games. You can say he played worse defense, or you can say whatever the hell you want. Those are still NFL defenses, and you want to see progression week in and week out, and that's what he showed when he was able to stay healthy. My biggest concern with JJ is health, but going back to KOC, regardless of what I feel about JJ McCarthy, and regardless of what KOC's initial feelings were for JJ McCarthy when we drafted him, this is Kevin O'Connell's opportunity to get away from the JJ McCarthy thing, to where if he doesn't truly believe in JJ McCarthy, this is his out right now. This is his opportunity to go out there and go find another quarterback or whatever he wants to do. This is his out, to where the JJ McCarthy decision, if he doesn't pan out, say we do give him another year and he's terrible, he's a bust, and we got to move on, KOC has the opportunity to avoid that being a possibility if that were the case. So this offseason just got a whole lot more crazy. And we're going to find out who was the JJ McCarthy guy in the draft room. Was it Kwesi or was it KOC? If it was both, KOC has the opportunity to kind of, that wasn't me. That was all Kwesi.
Yeah,
so,
he can do that. And that's a good point, what you said about the draft, though, with B-Flow and Rob Brzezinski and everybody, how they're going to do it. And I want it to be an even draft. I want them to actually have picks that we can actually see and come out and play. I will be more disappointed if they start trading draft picks to bring in veteran players. Like I don't want to see that. But with Kevin O'Connell, hey, now you get to show like who you really are. This is like a fork in the road in his career. Either things are going to get worse or they're going to dramatically get better because the GM is gone. Then you can say like, that's the reason why we didn't succeed to expectations, because the GM was doing X, Y, and Z. So I think it's going to be more moves coming, and it makes sense to me of why we only saw the first move of basically the O-line coach going, and then the whole Flores back and forth. That this was probably in the background. This is probably just the first shoe to drop. I mean, I don't see Griggs and Stan with Brzezinski. Brzezinski been with the team 27 years. Like, he knows football. He knows numbers. That's the perfect guy you need to have this transition. I mean, they ain't done. I just don't think they're done.
They're far from, because I mean, not only do we have free agency and then the draft coming up, we're the only franchise that, and I don't, okay, so they said we're not going to get into the GM search until after the draft. My initial opinion on that, I don't think we get a new GM this offseason. I think we go into next season with Rob Brzezinski and mainly Kevin O'Connell kind of assuming that head coach GM role, which we haven't had since Brad Childress. And I know the Wilfs kind of had a problem with
with
how
that
Brad Childress went about
that
things.
triangle of authority. But with Rob doing this right now, though, this is something like on the back end that I just thought about. What if Rob is basically like auditioning for the job long term? Because
I think not only Rob, but I think KOC is also auditioning for that job this offseason. And I mean, we got a lot to lose, but we got a lot to. I can't sit here and say what do we have to lose, because we got a lot to lose. We got, quite possibly a Hall of Fame wide receiver to lose. We have, premium talent on the defensive side and the offensive side of the ball. So we have a lot to lose, but I think, who are you going to go out there and hire? Who's the GM that you want to bring in, especially this late into the offseason, to where they can't come in and fully put their stamp on the 2026 Minnesota Vikings, because they came in halfway. These aren't my draft guys. These aren't the guys that I decided to sign in free agency. It just doesn't make sense to me, timeline-wise, to even hire a new GM at that point. Because what guy is going to want to come in? And more than likely, it's going to be a guy that is a assistant GM or a part of the scouting department, because reports are out already. We're not going to do this analytical shit anymore.
No more. Nah.
We're not doing this analytical shit. And the thing is, this is a guy that I vouch for, that he took a lot of heat before we brought in Kwesi and everybody. Rick Spielman is the guy that the type of guy we're looking for to bring in now. Not saying we need to go out there and get Rick Spielman again, but it would be an upgrade.
Hey, but you know what? The thing with Rick, though, is funny. They were supposed to keep Rick the last day, then they changed their mind.
Yeah,
he was supposed to go to another role. So
yeah,
I mean,
I love Rick, man. People clown on him for he trades back for all these 7th round draft picks and blah blah blah. His only downfall was that he couldn't get the quarterback position right, and when he. Again, a lot of people give slack for Kirk Cousins. That was the right decision to make at that point in time. Was to go out there and get Kirk Cousins. So he didn't necessarily make the wrong decision. What I didn't like that he didn't do is, when you did bring in Kirk Cousins, a pocket quarterback, somewhat statue type of guy, you didn't support him with a good quality offensive line.
Yeah.
And the offensive line has always been an issue for Rick Spielman. But on his way out, he gave us Christian Darrisaw. So
exactly.
I know it won't happen, because it almost never does, and it feels like you're backtracking, especially if Kirk Cousins is in the cards of bringing back to Minnesota as a competitor for the QB1 spot, or even a backup. If you bring in Kirk Cousins and then on top of that you bring back Rick Spielman, there's at least half of this fan base that is going to blow their lid because of that. But when we look at it, that might be the right move to make. So I don't think it happens, though.
Some people said that the whole Sam Darnold situation is what led to this situation coming to a head. I don't think it was just. I think Sam Darnold was part of it, but you got to think about George Payton also. He was the assistant GM under Rick Spielman for all those years, and he waited
with the Broncos, right?
Yeah, he was with the Broncos, and they were basically in the ALC title game this year. And the way they did it, they went to the playoffs last year with Bo Nix's first season, and that was a year that they had to pay Russell Wilson all that money, so they was like over the cap, and they still was able to do it. Like that's wild, and I think there's just a lot of different things that's just going on. Where the Wilfs is probably looking like, hey, we gotta make a move. Like, we can't go through the situation to where we're making the playoffs, not making the playoffs, back and forth. That people are leaving our organization and they're succeeding, and we're stuck in purgatory. Like, I get it. Like, I get it. Like, I get it. I'm just, the biggest gripe I have is the same thing what you said. Hey, why do it now? You could have did it a couple of weeks ago. A month ago.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it all on the Sam Darnold situation, but that was the cherry on top.
Yeah, it was a cherry on top.
It's obviously a factor in this, because I'll tell you right now, if Sam Darnold went out there and had an average year and got bounced in the first round of the playoffs, got bounced in the second round of the playoffs, then I don't think Kwesi's fired. I think that is kind of like, okay, well, you let Sam Darnold walk, but he was kind of the same Sam Darnold that we
Yeah.
saw last year. He didn't come through. But obviously, him making the Super Bowl is, you're directly looking at the guy that made that decision. And this ultimately confirms that Kwesi was the one that said, no, we're going to move on from Sam. I know they offered him the same as Seattle did. And then he decided to go with Seattle because he didn't want to compete with JJ McCarthy. And that's understandable.
That makes sense. Yeah.
I don't think anybody in the Vikings fan base has any ill will towards Sam Darnold. It's more ill will towards our own franchise. Like, what are we doing, man? Like,
Daniel Jones also looking good the first half of the season, like stuff like that. Like,
yeah, and I mean, you have your JJ McCarthy haters, you have your JJ McCarthy supporters, which I'm on the supporter side, but I'm a Minnesota Vikings quarterback supporter.
Yeah, me too.
I'm not. Again, I'm a JJ McCarthy. I'm a Michigan fan. I may be a little bit biased, and I'll be the first one to admit that. But if I truly didn't believe the guy was going to work out if you give him the right amount of time, then I would say it, regardless of my affiliation with the guy or the college he went to. I'm a Minnesota Vikings fan first. I want what's best for the Minnesota Vikings. And the move we made today was what's best for the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah.
The problem is, like we said, it's just the timing. It throws the entire offseason in for a loop. Now, it's good for us content creators because now we got shit to talk about.
Yeah.
We got a whole lot to talk about. But it makes you wonder, like, okay, well, my thing is, what happened in the past outside of Sam Darnold making the Super Bowl? What happened in the past 3 weeks for them to say, you know what? We got to move on. Like, I know we missed out on all the top GM candidates, but we got to cut ties now. Was he a part of the Somali daycare fraud? Like, they need to get him out of there. Like,
you never know.
Like, what's going on?
I think they had a conversation, and I saw that they was thinking about this for a while. I think the conversation with vision and longevity of like what happened. They probably had a talk with Kevin O'Connell. Was, hey, what do you want to do in this upcoming offseason? They talked with Kwesi, and then probably when they came together, they probably couldn't agree on like what the direction of the team or where they were going to go, especially with this draft being huge. Like, this is the first time they have all these picks in the draft. They have a second round pick, third round pick. Like, it's huge. And I think they just kind of got to the point of saying like, hey, we can't run it back with this draft being, like right now, we need players to come in here and actually perform. So like day one. So whatever he's doing over here, maybe, but he's the GM. Let's go ahead and make this move now. Put Rob in the role with the same scouts, have, the coaches in the, in the ear of what they want or what they want to do, because we got to get younger because we're too expensive right now. And I just think that's like that's what happened.
Now what that does with KOC is his seat just got a whole lot hotter. Now, we already knew, no playoff wins in 4 seasons. Was it 2 playoff appearances? Yeah, no playoff wins. We need a playoff win. Like, I think it's playoff win or bust. It's not Super Bowl or bust. It's you got to get out that first round of the playoffs. So your job is on the line at this point. On top of that, you're in control of the roster constructing this year. So everything's on you, KOC. So this is the biggest year for KOC. And it can go two ways. It can go the way of we have a terrible season and miss the playoffs and it's time to move on. It's okay, KOC, we got to let you go. B-Flow's in the running to be the next head coach and whatever other head coach candidates. Because I think that may have been part of not the contract, but I think of the discussion of B-Flow coming back, to where they didn't necessarily say, hey, Kevin O'Connell's on the hot seat. If it doesn't work out for him, you're going to be a top choice to be the next head coach. But I'm sure they made it clear to him that, hey, look, there's going to be opportunities, whether it be here as a head coach or elsewhere as a head coach. It's coming.
Yeah, it's coming.
I think that could have been a part of the reason that got us to re-sign Brian Flores to stay. But it could also go, besides being a bad year and Kevin O'Connell getting fired, it could go the route of, we have a great year.
Yeah,
We make
yeah.
a deep playoff run. The roster looks great as far as the construction of it. And then we're sitting here and we're like, okay, we might need to give Kevin O'Connell another extension. We might need to have to pay him a little more because he might be GM/head coach at this point. So
Yeah.
there's a lot
don't
that
know.
could happen this year,
We
but that
don't
could be
know.
hot for
It's all
KLC.
it's all waiting to pan out. And it's just like Kevin O'Connell, if you pull the slick move and you blamed everything on Kwesi and Kwesi's out of there, now you got to go out there and get the job done. Like it has to be. First thing, bring in a veteran quarterback to play backup. Like, do that, figure that out. I mean, we all know the quarterback position is the biggest position in all football. Take care of that first, and we're gonna have to see where they go from here. But
to clear up the quarterback side of things, and you may or may not agree with me on this one. JJ McCarthy. Now, I'm not as confident now because Kwesi is out of the picture, and if KLC wanted, he can remove himself from kind of the JJ McCarthy thing.
Yep.
But JJ McCarthy is going to be the starter in the 2026 season for the Minnesota Vikings, unless you go out there and you trade for a star quarterback, and I think that's very, very slim chances that's even possible. But you never know now, since you don't have a GM.
Yeah,
KOC's job is on the line.
Exactly. His job is on the line.
And if the ownership is giving him that type of pool to make those type of decisions, don't be surprised if we go out there and we trade 3-4 first-round draft picks and a defensive starter for a Joe Burrow, even if that is a possibility. I wouldn't be mad at it. You can't be mad at that. But I understand because you're looking at it more for the side of, okay, 3 or 4 first-round draft picks, that's putting your team building.
Not for Burrow, though. That's the thing. Not for Burrow. I'll do it for
Burrow. You have to make that move. You have to. You have no choice.
Not for Burrow.
Because that immediately puts you as a top 3 team in the NFC, top 3, top 4 team in the NFC. Yeah. Now, again, I love JJ McCarthy, but if you have the opportunity to do that and go get Joe Burrow, you have no choice. You have to go do that. But outside of that, we're not giving up draft capital for Mac Jones.
No.
I'm telling you that right now, especially with what the San Francisco reportedly wants in return, which is like a 2nd-round pick.
No.
We're not going to send a 2nd, 3rd-round pick for Mac Jones. I promise you. It's going to be either a free agent veteran quarterback, which I don't see like a Mariota coming in. We mentioned it earlier. If Kirk Cousins is released, that is the best possible situation if you're going to bring in a veteran backup competitive guy. Yeah. Kirk Cousins is your best option.
He knows the system. He knows the system.
It's a seamless transition. I know he's older. We know what Kirk Cousins is at this point. It's not the same way when we brought him in 2018 and we paid him all guaranteed money and he was supposed to be the savior and take us to the Super Bowl. We would be bringing him in at this point as, look, Kirk, you're going to be able to compete for the quarterback 1 job, but we still see JJ McCarthy as our future. If you don't win that job, we need you to be that coach in the quarterback. Yeah. We need you to be what Sean Mannion was to you. Mm-hmm. And there's still a possibility, obviously, with the injury history with JJ McCarthy, that Kirk Cousins would have the possibility to start. And if JJ McCarthy did get hurt and Kirk was to be in position to start, I think all of us would be cool with that.
Yeah.
I think
I don't have a problem with it.
Regardless of what people feel about Kirk Cousins, if we were to ask you just in general, would you take Kirk Cousins as your backup quarterback going into the season? Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
That is an elite backup quarterback to have. Not only for on the field play, which we saw him do it last season with Atlanta. There were some games where he was slinging it. He was still slinging it like the Kirk of old. And there were some bad games too. Don't get me wrong. There were some really bad games too.
That's what you accept as a backup quarterback, though. He's not the starter. Like it's not going to be 100% perfect.
And
it's
he
like
also had that defensive-minded
we know who
coach.
Kirk is at this point. Yeah, like
we didn't have that offensive-minded guy in Kevin O'Connell, and that's a difference. So if it's not a star quarterback that you trade for in a Burrow, or I think Rodgers, all the writings on the wall that Rodgers is going back to Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Which I was open to the idea of bringing Aaron Rodgers in here in 2026 because the timeline does fit. It gives J.J. McCarthy another year to say, okay, I'm going to learn behind Aaron Rodgers. Last year is a little clunky. You don't know. You'll probably still get some playing time one way or the other. And then Aaron Rodgers said, this is my last year. I'm done after this, and then it's yours. And then we kind of have the Jordan Love, Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre kind of, transition. Yeah. But I think that's off the table. I think Rodgers is going back to Pittsburgh. But I think the only options at the quarterback position, and I'll leave after this, I'll let you do your thing, is J.J. McCarthy being the starter.
A1.
Competing, which is fine. I'm all for competition at the quarterback position. Him competing with somebody, there's no way in hell, especially with Kwesi not in the equation anymore, that the Vikings don't bring in a veteran quarterback. There's no way in hell.
How do you feel about Zach Wilson?
I wouldn't mind Zach Wilson, but I wouldn't want him as like the backup mentor guy for JJ. Okay. Like he would be, if we were to somehow move on from Max Brosmer, he would be my Max Brosmer replacement.
Okay.
If you're going to bring in a veteran guy, bring in a veteran guy that's had success in the league. Don't bring in a Zach Wilson that's done nothing but struggled in the league. What is he going to teach JJ?
True.
Like there's no positives or benefits that he brings to JJ McCarthy's game.
So you want a seasoned vet that can basically be on the sideline and say, McCarthy, look, this is what I did here. This is the reason why. Boom, boom, boom. Don't do this. That can basically like mentor him into being a viable starting quarterback.
Yeah, and that's the route you want to take if you still believe in JJ McCarthy and you still believe that he can develop into a franchise quarterback. That's the route you have to take.
Yeah, I get that.
You can't go into the season and it being JJ McCarthy, Zach Wilson, and Max Brosmer. There's no way in hell you could do that. Like
it looks exactly the same as it looked last year.
Yeah, and because exactly. It's to Sam Howell and Zach Wilson, or you could say the same level of quarterback. So that is out of the picture. It'll be J.J. McCarthy and a veteran quarterback that is going to compete for that quarterback one job, but J.J. McCarthy should win it. And they got to be able to play as well. They got to be able to produce as well on the field. Not only just be a coach, but if the opportunity presents itself, you got to be able to go out there and you got to be able to perform. Yeah. Kirk fits that narrative perfectly. So if J.J. McCarthy is your future and you still believe that and you still want a chance to compete regardless of what could possibly happen with injuries or play-wise, you have a viable backup that can come in that still gives you a chance to where if Kirk came in week 10 and we're still in the playoff race,
he can win a couple of games
in the division race, I have confidence that we still have a chance to make a run. Yeah. That's the type of veteran quarterback that you got to bring in. You can't bring in a Marcus Mariota. You can't bring in a guy like that. A Mac Jones doesn't do that for me, especially if you have to give up draft capital.
Yeah, me either.
Anthony Richardson. No. I put him in the same category as Zach Wilson. He's not going to benefit J.J. McCarthy in any way. Okay. The other route is you go out there and you trade for your star quarterback. You find a way to trade for Joe Burrow. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Tampa Bay move off of Baker Mayfield. If you have an opportunity to go out there and now he wouldn't be on the level of Joe Burrow, obviously, and I think it would be closer to a quarterback competition with Mayfield and J.J. McCarthy, and I think Baker may win that just off of experience. But I like that dynamic because they play very similar. Like my comparison for J.J. McCarthy I know a lot of people are, oh, well, Josh Allen because of him having to develop, and Josh Allen is huge. Like JJ McCarthy is not Josh Allen. Like, and when I make the comparisons to Josh Allen, it's not the way he plays. It's not obviously not the size. It's the development aspect of things, to where we saw Josh Allen come in and look really, really bad, but show flashes. And then eventually he got to the point to where he is now, which he's still out there making mistakes. And we've seen some criticism of him recently.
Yeah.
But that quarterbacks make mistakes, man. Like, it happens. Like, this is why I'm like, it's so irritating when you see a lot of people on social media and they're just like hounding on JJ McCarthy. And I'm like, I get the expectations were super high going into the season. We were expected to at least be in playoff contention, which at the end of the season, we kind of were. We missed the playoffs by half a game.
By half a game.
Even though we were eliminated at week 14 or something like that. I get it. I get the expectations were high, and the fan base is, at least half of them are pissed off, and they're looking directly at JJ McCarthy. I get it. But logically speaking, when you kind of step outside the box and kind of move away from your anger and frustrations, you got to realize, like, the kid's only played 10 games, and that's including
you can't skip year one.
Regardless year one.
Regardless of him being on the team last year, he was hurt. He didn't play. That means he doesn't really have to go to all the meetings. That means he doesn't do like the scout team. He does nothing. He just basically put on the shelf, go sit over there, and that's it. And then
it's all mental.
This was year one. You can't skip that. That's why I'm so big on being on JJ McCarthy, because I see it. I see what he can be, but he just needs a little bit more time. And just like you said with Kirk, if Kirk has to come in here and be that stopgap quarterback, or whoever it can be, being a good veteran quarterback, I get that.
That's your best option.
Yeah, give JJ McCarthy another year under his belt to develop and figure things out. And if we have to go get another coach next year, he won't be ruined, because he won't be having to play in that system, and he can just pick up another system next year. So I get it.
And you look at, let's say worst case scenario as far as team success goes. Next year, we don't make the playoffs. Kevin O'Connell's fired. Say we hire Brian Flores as our next head coach. Brian Flores is going to make sure he brings in an offensive coordinator that runs the ball and that protects it. And that plays directly into what JJ McCarthy is comfortable doing. Exactly. So if JJ McCarthy goes out there and say he has a good year next year, and we just fall short, we either don't make the playoffs or we get bounced in the first round, then you have something there to where B-Flow can say, look, you played good. We just fucking were slinging the ball around so much that, it just didn't work. That's just not the game. So there's so many things that can happen within this time. But real quick, back to JJ McCarthy and him missing his first year. A lot of people's issue with JJ this year is that he would kind of just make, like, not boneheaded decisions, but like he would have kind of like boneheaded moments to where he was just a little too wound up, like where he's yelling in dudes' face. Like, I love the fire, I love the energy, but you got to contain it a little bit, especially at the quarterback position. And I think we saw that throughout this season, because he never had the opportunity to really like settle in and kind of get comfortable and kind of play in this calm demeanor that you want your quarterback to play in, because he missed his entire rookie season. And he's the type of guy that he wants to fucking play. Like, he doesn't come off as the guy where he's like, I'm just going to play it patient and, I'm just going to work through this injury. Like, I'm sure he was just itching to get back out on that field. And when he had the opportunity to do so, he's young, he's 22 years old, he's wound up, like, he's got the ton of energy and juice and what's the word that they give quarterbacks besides juice? Not ego, but like
aura,
like
all those crazy ass.
So missing those games, then also missing a portion of this season as well, and having to come back and to be wound up again. He didn't have that opportunity.
He said 6 shooter said
moxie. That's exactly the word I was thinking of. That moxie, because We saw the same thing with the old boy in New York, Jackson Dart.
Yeah, Jackson Dart, yeah.
And I know they're getting hyped on him. Jackson Dart, we're not going to get it. I don't think he's going to be very good. I think he had his moment.
Video.
He had his moment, but I don't have very much belief in Jack. We saw what he looked like when we played the Giants. He threw for like 30 yards the entire game.
Yeah,
but he has that moxie to where he needs to tone it down a little bit, but he didn't have the opportunity to settle into a season and say, okay, now I'm 6 games in. I'm kind of, I'm used to it. I'm locked in. I'm not so wound up and all this fucking.
And bringing in a veteran guy could help him do that. I remember like listening to like I know this is basketball. I listened to basketball like back in the day, and this is like when Stephon Marbury came into the league, right? And he said like an OG told him like, "Hey, bro, you good, but you can't play fast pace 100%. You have to be able to. All right, this possession. I'm not saying you're going 50% and you're not dialed in, but you have to be able to pace yourself for the long journey. Like the long season. Even though it's 82 games and it's just 16, 17, but it makes sense to just like all sports that you have to do that. Like,
and the thing is that he's shown flashes. Now I know he may not have. He put a couple full games together, and I know it's towards the end of the season, and people want to say, "Oh, well, that was against terrible defenses, and that's why he put up the numbers he did." It's still an NFL defense.
Still defenses.
And then if you look at the defenses that he played at the beginning of the season, he played some damn good defenses. Now, the defense that we played in Green Bay the second time this season, that wasn't the same defense he had to play. What was it? 7 weeks before.
No, Michael Parsons.
That was at that time that we played Green Bay the first. I believe that defense was a top 5 defense at that time. So as much as people are gonna want to pull out the hat and say, "Hey, well, JJ McCarthy played the worst defenses in the league at the end of the season." Well, if you look at the beginning of the season, I mean, let me. I may be wrong. This is just me kind of going off the top of my head and saying, you know what, they played this team, played that team. That was a good defense. This was a good defense. Like, he obviously played far less superior defense at the end of the year. But at the beginning of the year, you can't sit here and say, oh, well, he looked terrible. He's a bust.
Atlanta was a good defense.
He was playing really good defense at the beginning of the year. Rookie quarterback struggle against good defenses. Like, who would have known? If you go back and you look at Drake May's season last year, look at his first 10 games.
Right.
Now, they weren't atrocious. They weren't, pitiful, but they weren't very good. I think he was at like a 60% completion percentage. JJ McCarthy, I think he's at a 56 or something right now.
Okay, real quick.
So let me see. Let's pull up the first few games. So,
all right, guys. I know y'all been waiting. I'm gonna bring y'all on real quick. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm about to get off right now. My bad.
Yeah,
let me just go over these last couple of these.
All right.
So, all right. So, first game, obviously, against the Bears. Bears were a middle of the pack defense, right? They took the ball away. So defense.
They got lucky turnovers.
Falcons, I believe they were the best pass rushing defense in the league this year.
Mm-hmm.
I think they had the most sacks in the league this year, and they got after it. I was at that game. It was terrible.
Yeah.
Obviously, he got injured after that. He missed the Bengals game. He missed the Steelers game. He missed the Browns, Eagles, and Chargers game. Then he comes back, plays the Lions, which at that point, again, Lions defense wasn't very good, but he looked extremely impressive in that game. That was one of those games where he kind of put that full game together. He made a big clutch throw at the end of that game to Jalen Naylor. Great touchdown pass to Justin Jefferson. Next week, he played the Ravens, which he had a decent game. I think I forgot how that game went exactly, but middle of the pack defense right there, put up 19 points. Played the Bears the following week. Should have won that game if we didn't fucking give up that kick return, and that was ultimately why we missed the playoffs, was that kick return. And then the next week was that Packers game. At that point, that Packers defense was a top 3, top 5 defense in the league. Got injured, and then, that's when he injured his hand. Then it was obviously the dreadful Seahawks game, which Brosmer was playing in.
Yeah.
Then he came back against the Commanders. Again, I get it. Bad defense. Put an entire game together. Looked great. Cowboys in primetime, Sunday Night Football, a spot where you want to see your young quarterback perform and play good. He gave you exactly what you wanted to see out of your young quarterback. Against the Giants, kind of a boring game, Jackson Dart. Then you have the Lions game at the end there. Wait. What game? Yeah, that was that's right. That was Brosmer. Mm-hmm. And then came back against the Packers and had a decent game there. So
a decent first half.
We'll say decent first half. But we can always look back at those Packer games, and regardless who the quarterback is, those games are always kind of tight and could be boring, and they're always like a 16-something game outside of a few of them. So as much as people want to look at J.J. McCarthy and say, oh, well, you played shitty defenses at the end of the season, that's why you performed. Well, he was struggling against really good defenses, and that's normal for a young quarterback. Normal. So, but yeah, man, it's going to be an interesting offseason. I'm excited.
A lot of content to get to.
It gives us a ton of stuff to talk about.
It's good for us, yeah.
But at the end of the day, the Vikings made the right decision as far as their GM position, and this is like a fork in the road for the Vikings. So we shall see. We shall see.
Okay, cool. Thanks, SK, for coming in on here with me, man. Anytime, bro. Anytime. And I'm gonna say it again. It's always weird when you come on because we're in the same city.
No, it's crazy because I only see you in Minnesota, but you live up the street from me in California. We live up the street from each other. All right, man.
All right,
bro.
Okay.
Peace.
All right, you guys, go ahead and vent. The floor is yours.
So I just want to bring up one thing. All this JJ McCarthy talk, this was basically his rookie year. I agree with all that, but what nobody is talking about of that, and it's nothing about JJ McCarthy. This is just the actual fact for professional athletes. A lot of times their second year, which will be next year for JJ McCarthy, they regress. They regress some because teams have tape on them now. So there could be a chance that JJ McCarthy regresses a little bit now that teams have tape on him.
Okay, guess what? You know who's really regressed? Kevin O'Connell. Ain't nobody bringing that shit up.
Hey, we talked about that earlier. Hey, TB. We gonna go with D Money because D Money been in the.
No, it's cool. Hey, listen, TB and T-Bass my guys, man.
Say what you gotta say, D Money. Say what you gotta say. Go ahead, man.
Hey, listen. This only makes
what's going on?
This only makes sense if Ryan Grigson is gone too. I need him out of here too.
He's not. He's your new GM. He's your new GM.
You think so?
Oh, definitely. He's your new GM.
Okay. Well, I mean, I feel like that would have happened already, but
you know what though? If you think about it though, D Money, they lined up last year. They had an idea that Kwesi wasn't going to make it, which is why all of a sudden Ryan Grigson is an assistant GM.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then there's an assistant to Grigson. They already knew that their fall guy was going to be Kwesi.
Yeah, I mean, I figured that.
Yeah,
but it's just like, why bring up Rob if Ryan is right there? Is my thing.
Rob is Rob has got the GM title now, but Rob is the cap guy, which is where they need the most help with the cap money. But Rob don't know shit about signing no players. He don't know what he's looking for.
So here's my thing, dude. So everybody's bringing up like all this stuff going on. It might just be the Wilfs. This is like the second time like we've had craziness in the front office. Probably even longer than that. Like since going back to Brad Childress days.
Ever since the Wilfs bought this team, it's been chaos.
Yes.
So
or even the way that they run things.
Yeah.
So the reason I came on, and then I'm going to jump off, and Tony, we discussed this. What about thinking outside the box and giving Theo Epstein a call and say, "Hey, Theo, you want a challenge? Let's bring a Super Bowl to the Minnesota Vikings. You did it with the Boston Red Sox. You did it with the Chicago Cubs. We believe that it's a different sport, and you can put together a championship team." And, for those who are saying it's two different sports, Tony explained to them what Jim Finks did.
Brought championships to the NFL, and he made the Cubs a championship baseball team.
Yeah,
and they had sucked for like 100 years.
Yeah.
So,
for sure.
So, Tony, you in the Twin Cities,
uh-huh.
like since this news dropped, like what is like what's going on? Like people,
the atmosphere.
Yeah, like what's the atmosphere? People excited. People like, oh my God, what happened?
Well, no, they knew they wanted somebody to go, and a lot of people wanted Kwesi to go.
Okay,
so they're happy now because Kwesi is gone. But guess what? You still got KOC, people.
Yeah,
I mean, the thing is, if you're gonna get rid of one, you probably should have got rid of the other. But this is what people don't understand. Kwesi and KOC were not joined at the hip. They weren't a package deal. The person that Kwesi wanted is coaching in LA with the Chargers.
But I gotta say one thing that we gotta stop bringing up that though. I'm done with bringing that up.
Well, you know what though?
He only won the playoffs also.
But here's the thing though. He went to the playoffs.
Yeah, but at the same time, though, we give Kevin O'Connell a lot of gripe for being 0-2 in the playoffs and making the playoffs every other season.
For sure.
And Kevin O'Connell don't have the quarterback. If people out there feel like Justin Herbert is that guy, I don't. But I'm just saying, we gotta stop bringing up Harbaugh.
But here's why I'm gonna keep bringing it up, D Woods. Here's why I'm gonna keep bringing it up.
He 0-2 also.
But you know what though? He's got some damn tougher teams than any of these fucking marshmallows that the Vikings don't put out there. Okay? Do you think J.J. McCarthy will be having the same problems he's having right now if Harbaugh was his coach?
Harbaugh lost to the Jaguars. He didn't lose to the Jaguars. That wasn't him. But he lost. He's 0-2 in the playoffs in this whole stint.
And KOC lost to Daniel Jones and Brian Dable.
Okay, I'm just saying they both not.
They got a personnel drafting problem too, though, because QJ is like they're
having problems too. But guess what though? I'd rather have Harbaugh than KOC. I'm sorry.
Okay, so say that part.
I'll say this too. Especially with the draft coming up now, because I was looking at with Brian Flores looking for a pass rusher, and I think the hot guy right now is Caleb Banks. Right now, which I would love to have, but
is he a nose tackle?
He could play both. He could play out inside and outside. He's like 300 pounds, 6'6".
Does he move pretty well though?
He moves really well. Problem is he's from Florida, and you know our you know our history with the Florida guys. Which I don't know if they're still fighting that case, because I thought it was a case that was on now. I don't know if they're still fighting that case or not. But anywho, how's the draft decisions going to go with KOC and Brian Flores now?
Here's my question now. You just fired Kwesi. So who's down at the Senior Bowl?
Exactly. Because we just saw Kwesi there looking around like this and shit.
I think Brian is down there. I
mean,
what do you guys think of that Gabe Jackas out of Illinois for a pass rusher?
I don't want no pass rusher. We need corners and safeties.
Well, you know what happens now? You kept Brian Flores, so guess what? You're probably going to get a veteran corner or two.
I'm cool, but
yeah. I mean, if they're good.
Yeah,
as long as we're not playing money ball with our vets like we've been doing, I'm fine with that.
How are they gonna? how are they going to get out of this $49 million?
It's easy. It's easy.
That's easy. It's easy. That's why Brzezinski's got that.
Yeah, it's easy.
Yeah, but isn't that creating a problem that we just got out of? Just
not really.
No.
Down the road.
No, because you'll probably Ryan Kelly's probably going to be a retirement.
He's definitely going to force him to retire.
And then you can
restructure O'Neal and extend him.
Mm-hmm.
Allen, I think Allen and Hargrave are gone.
One of the two.
Yeah, one of them are going to be gone. It might be Hargrave.
Yeah.
But you're going to still take a hit off cap for that, right?
No.
No, I don't think so. I don't think he has
not
a
big number. No, not a big number.
Ryan Kelly got more guaranteed money last season, not this season. There's pretty much no guarantee.
Restructuring O'Neal is kicking salary down the road, correct?
Yeah, but he only has like 1 year left.
He's only got 1 year left, though.
So you can basically give him a new contract.
Shit, we need to restructure Will Fries. Go ahead.
What were they?
Yeah.
What was Harris Smith getting paid?
Huh?
They're gonna post June.
What was Harris Smith getting paid?
I can bring it up, guys. You know I can bring it up.
D Woods, this is your territory.
Also, yep. Also, you know, TJ's probably they're looking at tight ends. They're looking at tight ends in the draft. You know, TJ's probably out of there too.
Yeah, TJ's
gone.
Cut or extended.
Yeah,
TJ's gone.
I mean, I'm looking at they can probably clear an easy 25-30 million, but that still puts them over.
Well, now here's another problem too. Now get this. This is just a rumor. Don't know if it's going to happen. It sounds like Cousins is going to get cut in Atlanta.
Yep.
Huh?
He did yesterday, didn't he?
I think he'll either get cut today or later, but he's going to be a free agent.
Whatever's going to be, it's either going to be before or after. Whatever's going to be the cheapest way to cut him.
Yeah. Which here's my thing now. I'm telling you right now, if he comes back in purple, I'm done with him. I'm done with the team. I'm done. Y'all be fighting about this shit on your own. I'm done. I'm checked out. I'm gonna be sitting my ass right here with a drink talking about I told you so.
Is that something that
is multiple times?
Is that issue that led to the firing?
I said, how many years you been a Viking fan, Tony?
50, 52, 53 years.
That ain't the first time you said that, probably. You probably said that multiple times before.
You know what, though? I've never had, it was never to the point of where you just feel like this team is just on a hamster wheel.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, and I think with the fandom, and fans are weird. Like when you're in your 30s and 40s, you're like, you can roll with this team. But now that, like I said, I got more years behind me than ahead of me, and you see them just spinning their wheels and they're on a hamster wheel, it's kind of like, okay, you know what? You guys ain't serious about this.
Yeah.
You're not serious about this.
Hey, so y'all did see the rumors they're talking about with KOC. Well, I don't know if it's not so much of a rumor, but that all of a sudden now they're talking about, well, you know, KOC really didn't want JJ. That was a Kwesi decision.
That's bullshit.
You know what that is?
So, they're shooting a bail. You already know.
That is called the Minnesota Vikings spin doctors putting it out there that there was a reason that they had to get rid of Kwesi, and that's the reason.
Yeah.
That's the reason.
How
bottom line is we'll never hear the truth.
Is the quarterback guy for the team. Kevin O'Connell is the quarterback guy. All quarterback decisions go through Kevin O'Connell. So for people to come out and say, oh, Kwesi wanted McCarthy over what Kevin O'Connell wants to do, shut the fuck up. just shut up.
Thank you, D Woods. Thank you.
All the quarterback decisions go through Kevin O'Connell. When Kwesi was the GM, he said it. Kevin O'Connell has been on multiple interviews and or whatever they call them, saying that all the quarterback decisions go through him. He basically said that the Vikings wanted to draft quarterbacks the first year he got here, and he said he didn't want that guy. He didn't want to get this guy. So now you want me to believe that all of a sudden with McCarthy, Kwesi went rogue and traded up and
anything to try to say the 2-time coach of the year, man. You know what I mean? You know how this is gonna go.
Man, that's
forward.
Okay, here's the thing. If Kevin O'Connell wins Coach of the Year, that tells you everything you need to know about coaching in the NFL. It ain't very good.
Yeah. You should never win Coach of the Year twice. You should never win it. The last person to win Coach of the Year twice got fired this year, and that was Stefanski. He had it twice. Like,
and how the hell? Okay, you've got good coaches out there, and I brought this up too. And once again, it went back to Brian Flores, who deserves to be a head coach. You got guys that they hired. They're avoiding Brian Flores like the plague, but you're hiring some sorry ass assistants to run your football teams now. And then Stefan Stefanski gets another chance.
Yep.
He failed in Cleveland. What makes you think it's going to be better in Atlanta?
They said we're looking at the guy from Miami for our O-line coach.
And
you know what? They're not going. You know what? They're not going to take him because guess what? He will want to run the ball, and he'll come to blows with KOC's play call.
But if you really think about it, to go back to the whole situation on why we hear Kwesi got fired, this puts a fork in the road with Kevin O'Connell, because now that Kwesi is gone, all the blame that we've seen for multiple off seasons about the draft, about this, about that, that's not there anymore. This whole off season is going to be shaped on what Kevin O'Connell wants to do. And if this team does not succeed in any direction, and if they fail short of expectations again, even when Kevin O'Connell goes and does what he wants to do at quarterback, it's going to be all on him, because you can't say, well, they didn't have a GM in place. Well, you were the one playing GM this whole offseason. So you are the one that's going to be held accountable for this.
Here's the thing. You know what, D Woods, though? You bring up a good point, but guess what? A good coach can get the best out of marginal players.
Yeah.
You got one
look what Brian Flores did for the defense.
Are we rolling into the draft without a GM?
Yes. And free agent.
Well, right. Okay. So here's the deal. Right now, we don't have a GM. We have an assistant GM, and that's Grigson.
Grigson will be gone next. Watch, Tony.
Nah, his ass is out of here.
You think Grigson's out of here?
He got to go.
Yes, he said that. They're about to do a press conference in the next couple of hours. Grigson is gone too.
Guess who's in charge, people? If that's the case, this is now the KOC Minnesota Vikings.
That's exactly what's happening right now.
This is the KOC Minnesota Vikings. So now it's a power play.
Yeah.
It's a power play on KOC's part. So whatever happens this year, and good luck to y'all, whatever happens this year, this is all now on KOC.
Yep. Also, too, D Woods, as far as with SK, I agree with some of the stuff that he was saying. Joe Burrow, I do not agree with. Joe Burrow is about to turn 30 this year.
And he's had a ton of injuries.
And he has, when's the last time he's actually played a full season? You know what I mean? I feel like for all that, we might as well kept Sam Darnold for all that. We're losing a lot more for Joe Burrow.
Plus, you're giving a third of your salary cap to two players. That's the nightmare the Bengals are in right now.
Yeah. Well, was it 3 players actually? Because they what's his name's getting paid over $100 million, isn't he?
Who's that?
Higgins. T. Higgins.
Yeah, he's getting paid too.
Yeah, they all getting paid over there.
They're all getting paid. Everybody's getting paid except Hendrickson.
Except Hendrickson.
Can't go nowhere because Burrow wanted to keep both of them guys around.
Yeah.
They're not going to get rid of the quarterback and keep the receivers. Hell no.
And Burrow's the reason Zach Taylor still has a job.
He keep giving them, shots of confidence. So, no, Burrow's not going nowhere.
Okay, so put it this way. As much as I rip on the Viking front office, the Bengals are worse.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And even worse than them is the Jets. And the Jets are in hell.
Yeah, I'm bitching about the Wolves, but there is worse out there.
It could be worse.
Yeah.
Hey, guys.
What's up?
Let me run some rookie quarterbacks through their second year stats, and you tell me if you would be excited to have them. Okay. Indifferent, time will tell, or no, he sucks, move on. Okay. This is without attaching names or teams, okay? So the first quarterback, This is through first 2 years. 1,648 yards, 7 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, 42.2 quarterback rating. Or excuse me, 1,870 yards, 7 interceptions, 11 touchdowns, and a 25.3 quarterback rating. Would you be excited, move on, or get rid of him?
It depends on who it is.
Yeah.
Sound like CJ Stroud. If it's CJ Stroud, he can go.
Like McCarthy.
Yeah, that does sound like
no McCarthy stats, but no, just going by those stats. That was Christian Ponder's stats. Okay.
Oh,
okay, next guy. 5,970 yards, 35 touchdowns, 22 interceptions with a quarterback rating of 84.5.
Who the hell is that? 5,000?
5,970 yards, 35 touchdowns, 22 interceptions, 84.5 quarterback rating. Would you be excited to have that after 2 years?
Yeah, I'd take that.
I'd be fine with that, yeah.
That's Daniel Jones.
See?
Oh, yeah.
Daniel Jones with the bad Daniel Jones with the bad wheel, Daniel Jones.
Next quarterback, 5,889 yards, 36 touchdowns, 28 interceptions with a quarterback rating of 80.95.
It's decent.
Yeah, Rob is auditioning for
that. That's Sam Darnold, and the narrative was he sucked and he was a bust. All right, next quarterback, 2,903 yards, 12 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, 78.4 quarterback.
That sounds like JJ.
Very comparable to JJ.
That's Jaden Daniels.
Nope, that's Spencer Rattler, and
wait, Spencer Rattler has energy discussion. What the hell?
so no, just I'm saying when you take the name and team away, you know, everybody just instantly that guy sucks. Okay, and the last one, 4,830 yards, 33 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, and a 94 QBR.
Who's that?
That's Jaden Daniels.
I was close.
So, you know, it's all different when you read those stats and you don't have a name and team attached to where, oh, this guy sucks. This guy's
You know what, though, T-Bass? Those names are all good, but guess what those names all got? They got a real offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think Sam Darnold did his first 2 years.
No, he's got Clint Kubiak right now, though.
Yep.
No, but I was just talking about a quarterback his first 2 years and the narrative.
Well, he was a Jet.
He was a Jet. That was
yeah. And everybody said he was a bust. He sucked. Yeah. But when you read his stat line, it's like, oh, that was pretty.
But you know what though? Sam also kind of got a reset year with the 49ers.
49ers, yeah.
And that was because of Shanahan.
Now we got.
I'm just saying, you know, it's interesting when people just hear the people's stats line.
A lot of people like to throw out numbers, but you got to look. And I'm a stats guy, but you got to look beyond the numbers and you got to look at the whole situation for what's going on. I mean, the numbers don't tell the whole story.
I know that name look familiar. So Rob was our money guy, right?
Yeah, Rob is the cap guy.
Let's get back to this. Let's get back to the GM stuff because I think Rob is auditioning for the job. I think they're okay with going with Rob in this situation because he's been with the team so long. He knows the cap. He knows what to do. You seen George Payton over there in Denver actually make the playoffs the past couple of seasons, and he actually was a quarterback away from going to the Super Bowl.
They want to get rid of Payton, though, dude.
Oh, nah.
They want to get rid of Payton.
Isn't that the dude that made the comments about how he didn't really like Brian Flores?
No, the one that made the comments about Flores was
that was Mike Pettin.
That's Mike Pettin.
That's Mike Pettin. He's not on the team anymore, by the way.
Okay. Pettin's just salty. That's all.
Fucking bum.
He's salty right now.
He's salty.
He's a bum anyway.
But you gotta think about it like this. I was like saying the same thing with Pitton, but when this dropped with Kwesi being fired, that just lets you know that within that front office and coaching staff, a lot of people are pointing fingers at each other and it's a lot of infighting because they don't have one vision on what everybody should be doing, and that's what led to all this situation happening.
What's Brzezinski's background?
If you think about it, now I thought about this. You just signed Brian Flores. If you're giving KOC all that power,
that's going to diminish his power too.
That's going to diminish Brian Flores' power too.
But you're paying Brian Flores more than you're paying any other DC is getting paid right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Which once again, the Wilfs have caused drama in the front office and with the coaching staff.
What's Brzezinski's background? What's his background?
He's been our money. He's been our cap guy for a long time.
He's been our cap guy.
But
which with him,
he knows what's up. Like he's. It's not like he's an idiot. He knows.
Just know that minus 48. That shit about to be. That shit about to be gone.
I'm telling you, he might be auditioning for the GM job. Straight out.
So he's another numbers guy like Kwesi was.
No.
He's not an analytics guy. No. If that's what you're asking, no. He's been with us. He's been with us for a long time.
He knows the team. And he knows the team business wise, but as far as football player wise,
that's what I'm getting at. Does no talent.
And you gotta think about it like this though too. The Wilfs are going to go with Brzezinski over anybody else in that building, and he probably always had more say so than Kwesi. Because if you go back to the structure when they had the triangle of authority, he was one of the pillars. It was Rob Brzezinski. It was Rob
Brzezinski, Fran Foley, and Brad Childress.
Exactly. He was part of the whole situation. So they're gonna go back to that because they trust him. I trust him, but we're gonna have to see how this.
Okay, folks, you trust Brzezinski, but it was Brzezinski who got us in cap hell in the first place.
But he got us out.
No, not really. They put the blame on Kwesi for that.
On Rick too. When Rick had the cap in hell.
Yeah.
And it goes back to my same situation. Everybody out there, I'm gonna sit on my high horse right now because I'm gonna say this. I asked y'all, everybody was on here, but Tony was. What is the difference from the Rick Spellman, Mike Zimmer regime versus this Kwesi Adofo-Mensah and Kevin O'Connell? It's the same shit. It's the same shit, just different names.
Just different names.
If you really think about it, it's the same shit.
Yeah,
the same shit.
And honestly, I think we messed up from the competitive rebuild from the start anyway.
Well, first of all, they should not have said that competitive rebuild.
Yeah.
That was mistake number one.
Money, I got it here. So Rob Brzezinski's jobs, 1993 to 98, staff counsel over the salary cap manager for the Miami Dolphins. When he came to Minnesota in 1999 to 2000, he was a director of football administration. Now, from 2001 to 2013, vice president of football administration, right? From 2024 to present, he's been the executive vice president of football operations. So he's a guy in the building. He's somebody they trust. He's somebody they trust.
Which means they're not going to go. Which means he'll probably take it. He doesn't have to be front and center. They'll probably leave that to it's KOC's team now.
Yeah, they're gonna let KOC be the top guy.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
You think Rob is ready to step out there?
Yeah.
No, because I just look at it like this though, right? You already had Mike Pitton talk about the infighting with the coaches. That's already a black eye. Wilfs don't want the negativity. You had to blow out Kwesi because of the draft situation and stuff like that. You can't. This draft is so important to this team because you have like over 8 picks. You can't allow Kevin O'Connell to go into this draft and get everything that he wants because he might not be the guy next year. He might not be here next year. You can't predict of what this season is going to look like for for Kevin O'Connell. I think they're going to allow Kevin O'Connell to get him another quarterback of a veteran presence. I think they're going to do that. But when it comes down to that draft, I think it's going to be Rob and the scouts.
Yeah.
Wilfs who's going to figure out.
You know what? Now that you mentioned D Woods, this is interesting because guess what? If KOC fails next year,
he has no excuses.
He has no excuse. If the Wilfs let him go, he's still on their books for what? 2 more years?
2 more years.
Yeah.
So behind closed doors, if this is Kevin O'Connell's show, behind closed doors, well, let's say it is. Behind closed doors, do you think Kevin O'Connell and Brian Flores really get along?
Hell no.
I think they clash.
Because now you got to think about it like this, though, right? With them firing Kwesi, they put a different dynamic on a situation to where they everything's going to go through Rob, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everything goes to Brzezinski. And he's the guy that's been closer to the Wilfs more than anybody else in the front office at this point right now. It's not Kwesi. So you're going to see a play to where Brian Flores will have more, moxie or more like he would be like, hey, Kwesi's not Kwesi, but Kevin O'Connell's fucking up the offense, is fucking up my defense. You can see more infighting now because there's nobody that's aligned with Kevin O'Connell now. It's a free for all.
Here's another thing too. D Woods, D Money, T Bass, y'all remember this. Who's the spy in that Viking locker room? Who's the one that is going to be like they did Mike Zimmer and like they did Brad Childress? Who's going to be the one behind the coach's back talking to the Wilfs?
Who is that, Tony?
Probably Brian Flores.
Brian Flores, yeah.
Probably Brian Flores.
It's going to, just like you said earlier, Tony, this whole situation creates a lot of infighting and it's a lot of uncertainty. That's why I feel like Rob is going to have to go through all this stuff, and the Wilfs are going to see if he can do good with this. They're probably just going to give him the job.
Can I ask you a question? You guys follow football a lot more than me anymore, and I've always been asking this. What is the difference between an assistant head coach and a coordinator, other than the title?
Just the title.
The assistant head coach sometimes he's the assistant to the head coach, and he has more pull over both sides of the ball in special teams. So he can go into any room and say
that's something the head coach would have to agree to, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Which explains why we sucked, because Mike Pettin
went to the office.
Yeah, that explains a lot. Now that you put it that way, that explains a lot.
No, but that's probably why
I think
Brian Flores doesn't have that title, right?
I think Mike Penn was the reason we had that guy from that first year.
Donatello.
That's probably why Brian Flores doesn't have the title of assistant head coach.
And also Brian, he's a little abrasive, which means he's old school.
Yep.
So that might also be another reason, because he's not going to cut you any slack.
No.
And that might be another reason why.
Complaining. Kalis, he was complaining about in practices and talking about, hey man, my guys aren't getting any burn because your defense is going crazy. You're not gonna tell the dog, call off the dogs. And he's like, no, I'm not.
Okay, D Money, it's practice, right? If it's practice, why can't you amp up your side of the ball at practice? Because guess what? The team you're facing when you get on that field is gonna be worse than what Brian Flores is doing.
Right.
His offense is shit. He couldn't.
Yeah, his offense is. That tells you right there. His offense is shit.
Military, they train like you're gonna fight.
Hey, they could have went into developing Sam Darnold, because Sam Darnold had to see that defense all the time, and when he was, if this is the only pressure I'm getting, this makes things easy for me. So. I mean, hey, man, it's definitely going to be interesting going forward. At least we don't have to keep dealing with we're having bad draft picks, and then we got to go to free agency to put Band-Aids. That's over with for right now.
Yeah, but the thing, no, it's not over with.
It's not over with because you still got the same head coach.
No, it's not over with. Thank you, Tony. It's not over with because the thing about it is, whatever happens in this year's draft, let's say Rob Brzezinski and the scouts or whoever figures out the draft, and they listen to KLC, Flores, whatever. If those draft picks that you draft in the top 100 are not contributors, it ain't gonna be on Kwesi. It's gonna be on Kevin O'Connell.
Yeah. What's that stat they said? Like since 22, the Vikings have the least amount of starts from their draft picks.
Yes, they do.
Yes, they do.
122 starts since.
And we didn't even get, and even this year, I mean, Donovan Jackson was hurt for what, 3-4 games?
4 games, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, when he was in there,
solid when he played. Good.
Yeah, he was solid.
That's why I can see if Kevin O'Connell has more pull, and this is going to be the Kevin O'Connell show, he's going to trade those draft picks for a veteran quarterback. That way, you won't have to have that conversation about why those guys in the top 100 didn't play, because you won't have.
We have to start drafting and build team depth. We're never going to.
I agree, but I'm saying, if Kevin O'Connell has more say so in the building, he's going to protect his job, because firing Kwesi just made his seat hotter than anything else. So he might go out there and get another quarterback by trade.
Also, T-Bass, this particular draft is going to be everybody's kind of looking at a depth draft, because we had. I mean, it's not so much a star-studded draft like
but it's
been in the past.
Yeah,
but it's definitely got guys you can come and kind of fill in and possibly
they can play
immediately. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm saying,
but trading it away for a veteran quarterback, picks, it's not going to help us in the long run.
Save Kevin O'Connell's job for another year.
Yeah,
that's the thing. A guy's doing it to save his job and not.
I would love the kid from LSU, but the way it's looking like, I don't think he's going to make it out the top 10. They're talking about the kid from Clemson, but me personally, I think I'm done with Clemson DBs. That's been another school that we've been kind of cursed with. It seems like, you know what I mean? But
I think the way it's going to fall at 18, we may have to take a defensive tackle
or trade down.
I would love a defensive tackle.
I'll take a
defensive tackle. I mean, that's the way it falls.
Yeah.
A kid from Ohio State, maybe.
Well, and also
I've been saying it for years. I said with the Vikings are move from our history, when our defensive line is intact, that's been our best version of us. When it's the defensive line that's been the guys.
But here's the thing though. It's been good. We played a 4-3, not a 3-4. We're not a 3-4 team.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's the whole thing. Unless you're going to move, which I think still might happen, Dallas Turner to defensive end, which you could do. Grenard would be the one I'd move to defensive end, but it sounds like he's on the trading block.
Yep. I think he's on the trading block. Yeah. There's going to be a lot of guys. I think the whole defense, outside of like maybe Redmond, Turner, Van Ginkel, I think everybody else is expendable, to be honest.
Cashman, too. I think they're going to extend Cashman.
And you got to rebuild the secondary.
Yeah.
I think we keep Rodgers for another year.
But Rodgers is a 3 at best. He's not a number 2 starter.
He's not a number.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he's a, like you said, you still got Murphy, who I don't know where he was last year.
Chasing somebody.
And then you're going to need safeties all across the board. Metellus fell off. He got paid and fell off.
And
Metellus never
always laugh. A guy like Fabian Moreau, just keep for depth. Just keep for depth. I'm not saying he's a starter, but keep him on the team for depth. I think he proved he a quality depth piece.
Yeah. I mean, you're not going to see too many changes because it's still Brian Flores.
Right.
Maybe a couple of personnel changes on the D line, but it's still going to be that type of defense that he runs. But
I still think they need a run stopper. Big defensive tackle run stopper.
Also pay attention to this too as well.
This comment right here. KO is next.
You know what? I would the reason you get rid of Kwesi today, but you should have. I mean, if you're going to clean house,
just do it all the way.
You should have started there too.
We don't do that though.
I know it's not a Minnesota thing.
They might. What if we got to go back to the infighting? What if they're just going to get tired of all these motherfuckers bickering with each other and they say, look, we already got Flores. Fuck it. Kevin O'Connell, just get the fuck out of here, man. Go.
And like it's been, like you guys have stated before, what if he goes into the season and he's like 1-7, 1-8?
Oh, just hostile takeover.
Go get that. I mean,
something had to happen in the last day or two for this thing.
Exactly.
Well, they said they had their meetings this past week, so that's why it's come down to this. I'm pretty sure Kwesi didn't see this coming.
No, they
from the
do
meetings, but
I didn't do it before the Senior Bowl and stuff. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy.
And here's the thing. So now you've got the Senior Bowl, and I think in a couple of weeks you're going to have, or 3 weeks, you're going to have the combine.
Yep. Yeah. Combine, and then the draft, free agency, and then the draft is on April 23rd.
Yep.
There must have been some huge argument behind closed doors, real difference in opinion or an argument.
Tell you what it was, T-Bass. This is what it was. Sam Darnold made the Super Bowl. Kevin O'Connell went to the Wills and said, look, that's what I could have did. Kwesi said, no, this is the second time he blocked me with a quarterback when I wanted to keep Kirk, and then blah, blah, blah. Kevin O'Connell backstabbed Kwesi Adofo-Mensah because he knew he was going to be on the hot seat too. But him being a dummy, not understanding, you just got rid of the person that was protecting you from all the blame. Now,
that's one less excuse for.
Yeah, exactly.
Now he's gone.
He's gone.
And this is what I'm saying. If he's gone, whatever happened. Let's say whatever happened. Now Kwesi is gone. Kevin O'Connell has no more excuses. The guys drafted are going to be the guys that you want. The guys you want to play are going to be the guys that you want to play. The quarterback they're going to probably bring in for you is a guy that you want. If you fail to succeed to get into the divisional round in the playoffs,
it's on you.
That's on you.
Hey, T-Bass, take a look at this too as well. Don't be surprised if Addison is on that block as well, because this draft is actually supposed to be a wide receiver deep draft. And wide receivers come and go, and we know how to draft wide receivers. So I think that's one good thing we do know how to do.
They're also going to have to pay Addison, so that's another reason too.
So do you think KOC wanted Rodgers?
Yes,
no.
I do.
No,
I don't think
no.
Well, because Rodgers, KOC. First of all, KOC don't want nobody to challenge his authority.
You think so?
And that's the first thing Rodgers would have did.
well, yeah. A lot of people say he doesn't want a quarterback that's going to change the play in the huddle.
Okay, you know why the Vikings were so good in 2009 with Brett Favre? Because Brett blew off Brad Childress.
A lot.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people say that.
And if you had got Rodgers up here, you would have had that same exact thing happen again.
Yep.
Yeah. He doesn't want a QB to challenge him.
Right. He wants, and right now, you saw it in that Giant game just before he got hurt. He was on the sideline. JJ basically blew KOC off. He blew him off.
I'm telling you, Kevin O'Connell, if you went into the Wills and you blamed everything on Kwesi, that was a stupid move because your protection is gone now. Everything is going to be on you. If you fuck up this season and you don't get the playoffs and get any kind of playoff wins, and this team looks just as bad as they look this year, if you don't develop McCarthy to be a starting caliber quarterback, or if you can't bring anybody else in, your ass is fired, bro.
Do you also, if you did that and the players know that, does that lose a lot of respect for you?
Yeah. Here's the thing. KOC 2 years ago lost that locker room. The winning brought it back, but then last year those same problems crept up again.
Well, doing Carson Wentz that didn't help anything.
That was agreed. The way that's on
gets people off because the training staff, like, we got to talk about that too. The whole training staff situation. Carson Wentz played with a messed up shoulder that was basically hanging on a limb. And then you had the Jalen Naylor situation where the team told him that he was going to miss the first games for him to get a second and have surgery, and he didn't miss a game all season. Then you got the Christian Darrisaw situation where they actually brought him back too early, and they shouldn't have put him on the PUP list beginning of the training camp where he could have missed the first 4 games. Then you had Brian O'Neill had an NCL sprain, and he came back and he was out of the lineup multiple times. Then JJ McCarthy came to find out he had multiple fractures in one hand.
Yeah, they still played him.
I've been saying players' agents are probably telling their players, don't trust this guy. Don't trust Kevin.
You know what? You'll probably see it in free agency. You're not going to get this. Nobody's clamoring to come to Minnesota.
Oh.
Yeah, Isaiah. I about to say Isaiah Rodgers already posted something like a crazy face when he found out.
He's already out.
Kwesi got fired.
Yeah. Oh, did he?
Yeah. He posted something.
Yeah, he's probably a lot of us know they needed a scapegoat. So guess what they do?
We talked about this last year, Tony. Yeah, we knew Kwesi was going to be the first scapegoat.
D Woods, weren't we the first ones to call it?
Yeah,
I thought so.
I had talked to people in my spaces. I said after this year, and one of my guys, he's a big positive guy, but I said, nah, somebody got to get fired after this year, bro.
Yeah,
and I did say it'll be the brother. I did say that.
We knew it. We saw it coming.
And there's been kind of a disconnect between Kwesi. Kwesi was your PR guy. And let's face it, Kwesi was a hire that checked the box.
Yep.
He wasn't a hire because he was the best person available. He checked the box.
This could end up in a year or two be in a situation like the Chicago Bears had when they brought in Dicka and the entire defense had Alan Page write a letter to George
keep Buddy Ryan,
saying, listen, you better enforce his you
forced Ditka to keep Buddy Ryan, and it showed. I mean, there was such a dissent with that team. They won a Super Bowl, but there was such dissension with that team, and you could see it right now because those defensive players love Brian Flores.
Yeah, and I mean it could be the same thing. I mean,
even to the point of if KLC loses that locker room, they might start gravitating to Flores, and if that happens, you have no choice but to move on from. You're probably going to have to move on from KLC anyway.
I think players are gravitating to him already.
And here's the problem: the rest of the division has gotten better, while the Vikings have stayed status quo.
I don't know. We cleaned out the Lions.
I'm gonna bring up
what we got.
We beat the Lions, but they finally got an OC, so we'll see what happens.
They got Mark Riff up here.
What's that?
They got Mark Riff up here. Let's see what he got to say.
Oh boy.
Let's see what he got. I'm gonna try to bring it up. See this. Let's see what he got to say.
Oh my God.
I can get off. I'll talk to you guys later.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, T-Bass, take care.
T-Bass. Let me bring this up for y'all, man.
This is gonna be nasty.
Because I'm hearing it for the first time too. I've been waiting on this one.
Oh, it'll be your political jargon BS. He'll be like, it was the right decision, blah, 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 blah.
Oh, yeah. I thought this was that. Yep, is that one. Okay.
You seen it already, D-Money?
No. I was saying, which Wolf is it? I thought it was going to be.
Ziggy, they can't put Ziggy in front of a camera.
We're going to be thorough in the hiring process going forward. And so that means we're going to self-scout how we've done it in the past, make sure we hear from every aspect of how to go about picking our next GM. And we're going to learn from it, and we're going to make sure we're thorough. And that's partly why we need to get to work now, combine coming up, free agency, draft. And so we want to make sure that we have full focus on that. And we expressed that to the entire staff as recently as this morning to make sure we're focused on that. At the same time, we're going to begin to set up for that process right after the draft to make sure we have the right people. And yes, there's always learnings in any business when you hire, when things don't work out. And we're going to lean on that experience to make it work going forward. We're going to be thorough in the hiring.
That's all he said. That's all he got.
Okay, you know what? Just looking at that picture, he looks like the job is starting to get to him. And he said all the right words, all the right BS. Still doesn't make me feel any confident that he's going to make the right decision.
It sounds like a Wilf. Yeah,
it's definitely a Wilf.
It didn't change.
Yeah.
It sounds like to me that shit hit the fan recently and they had to make a decision drastically. it ain't really what they wanted to do this season. Shit hit the fan, and they got to move on. And Kwesi was the fall guy, or the first guy to get.
So now I guess the question is, who ignited the fire?
A guy named Sam Darnold ignited that fire, because the Wilfs have never got to a Super Bowl. They've been to multiple NFC title games. That's it. And I think the coach.
Okay, but nobody's looking at the complete picture with Sam. This is what I don't understand.
I know
they run the football for one.
They run the football. You had Sam here last year with KLC, and guess what? You had 2 games that you had to win, and Sam looked like hell, but KLC didn't help him in that case either. So all of a sudden, it's because Sam is gone that we're not in the playoffs.
And not just Sam is the tip of the iceberg.
I think that's what. Yeah, I think that's.
It's George Payton. Is Payton in Denver? With him leaving, doing that.
Ed Ingram.
Yeah, it's a lot of things.
Garrett, you know how many ex-Vikings are in the Super Bowl? There's like 10.
Yeah,
exactly. Also, on top of that, take a look at the draft history. The draft history hasn't been all that great.
Yeah.
A lot of promises that Kwesi made about the cap. I mean, look at what the cap is now.
But if you think about it, though, who brought them in?
Exactly.
I mean, you jump through her. I mean, Brian Poles didn't take this gig because he wanted to blow up the team. You wanted a competitive rebuild.
And that's another thing. The Bears look like a whole better franchise than what they were a year ago. So we looking back. That's why I'm saying Kevin O'Connell just made the hot seat hotter for him, because he's going to have to go out there and succeed. And if he doesn't, it's curtains, man. Because now you have no excuses.
That seed is about to set the whole house on fire.
Yeah, it is.
It's
a tough situation, but we're here now. But like I said before, this won't be the last move. Grigson is probably going to be next. And I can see more coaches getting fired too now. I can see that. I can see all that happening, because that's probably the reason why they were staying so close to the coaches, because, hey, they knew they was about to do this.
Yeah. This team, there's so much dysfunction with this team, and when there isn't dysfunction. I mean,
and I'm telling you, and I'm gonna go back to it. I just see Ben Libber said the same thing what I said. Brzezinski is auditioning for this job.
Yeah,
he is. Because if not, then he said we're going to self-report. That means they're going to promote somebody from in-house as the GM.
And they all with the Wilfs, they've always been in-house. They very seldom go outside.
Yeah, but Weston got to fucking go. For me to be comfortable, Grigson got to go.
He's gone, man. He's gone.
You know what? I would love to agree with you guys that he's gone, but I think he stays.
To do what?
He's gonna, because he's got to be the football guy.
You can bring in a football guy.
They did. They brought in Grigson.
Yeah, but you can still bring in another football guy.
I don't think anybody likes Mark Wilf that much.
You can bring in somebody from off another person's front office that's played football before or was a coach before. You can bring that guy in. You don't need Grigson anymore. Grigson was needed because Kwesi wanted him to be his right-hand man. Well, he's gone. Grigson is not finna be Brzezinski's right-hand man. Because he's like, they cleaning house, man. They cleaning house. Something else is about to drop soon too.
They're cleaning house for the mess they created.
They gotta do it. They gotta do it. But man, this shit is out of left field.
Well, you know what? Like you guys were saying earlier, D Woods, this works for you guys because it's good content, because you got something to talk about. You got something to talk about for the next year.
Hey, that's why, man. I was on my way to work today, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm about to get in the truck, go to work. Like, all right, cool. I'll be back in a couple of hours. Whatever, fine. So I noticed the damn sprinkler's been on for an hour. I'm like, why is the sprinklers on? I go to the little box and try to turn it off. Shit won't turn off. So my daughter's doing her thing. I'm like, fuck, like, who fuck with the sprinklers? So I end up having to call off today. Call off. An hour later, boom. I'm like, oh shit. I'm home today. I can get on live now.
Yeah, I wasn't.
First person I called was Zoe. I said, "Hey Zoe, what's going on, man? You see it?" He was like, "Yeah."
I wasn't home. I wasn't home, and all of a sudden my phone is blowing up, and it was my guy Eric in California, and then a bunch of other people. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And then my guy hit me up, and he's like, I can't wait to hear your take on Kwesi. And I saw that, and I'm like, what the F? Yeah. I'm like, okay, something happened. So I hit X, and right away it said, boom, Kwesi got fired. I'm like, mother, why does this always happen when I'm not at home?
Yeah. So my man got a question. He said, who do y'all want at running back? Seriously. I think they should draft the guy. Don't pay
Jordan Mason. Jordan Mason.
All right, Jordan Mason.
Maybe just run him. Maybe actually this year.
You know what? I would actually look at signing a veteran. I'd look at Gainwell.
Gainwell, Chubb is out there.
Yeah, Chubb is out there. But see, here's the thing. As much as I want a running back, damn well
you're not going to run the football.
He's not going to run the football.
It's not going to be a good balance.
It's not going to be a good balance,
Well, I think we need a center more than we need a freaking
we do need a center.
running back right now. Because, Jesus, we can't do that again.
Yeah, and that's the thing with JJ. He's probably going to be a decent quarterback with the right OC, and like he says, it would be with another team. But you know what? This organization went through hurdles to hire KOC.
So yeah, we need to be more exposed. I hear this one. It says rumors. Head coach Kevin O'Connell cautioned against playing JJ McCarthy in 2025. Thinking he wasn't ready, but Kwesi Adofo-Mensah didn't listen. Shut the fuck up. You
told us he was ready last year.
Yeah.
You told us he was ready last year.
Shut the fuck up.
I don't want to hear that.
I told you. I told you.
That's why.
No. I hate being right all the time, but
it says
I knew they were going to make Kwesi the scapegoat.
Ill-fated QB decision in 2025 that tells us Kwesi Adofo-Mensah wanted what they got. JJ McCarthy with journeyman backups and Kevin O'Connell was cautioned against it. Get the fuck out of here, Kevin O'Connell. Okay, and this is and it goes back to my point. What I'm saying, the worst thing Kevin O'Connell did for himself was getting rid of his shield. You have no excuses no more, bro. You have to succeed. This team better be light years better than what it was last year. Because now, if everything else is true, that it was Kwesi that was messing that up, you can't have the same conversations no more. You can't. So it is what it is. But I'm about to get out of here, guys. I don't know, went 2 hours for this emergency podcast. Shit, man. Shit is crazy. But I'm gonna just say this again, man. This was out of left field. I didn't see this coming. I've been a big Kwesi guy. I think Kevin O'Connell is part of the problem. Also, I think some of that blame should be on Kevin O'Connell. But let's see what they do next. Like
I said, this is great content for you creators out there. This is great content for you guys. For us diehard old school Viking fans, this is just like as the world turns, because this shit been happening for the last 50 friggin' years.
Oh, let me ask you this though, right? So you got a lot of people going with this whole JJ situation wasn't ready, and it was Kwesi telling O'Connell to this. I gotta say this. This is how I know that shit is bullshit. Because whenever did Kwesi Adofo-Mensah tell Kevin O'Connell what to do and who to play?
He did, because Kwesi's not a football guy. Kwesi's an analytics guy. If anybody was going to tell KOC anything about football, it would have been Grigson.
Exactly. So, but then it goes back to my point too, and why I call bullshit on that. Kevin O'Connell is the quarterback guy in the room. Everything with the quarterback decision goes through Kevin.
Were we not told that Kevin O'Connell is a quarterback guru?
Yep. So now all of a sudden, because you got Sam Darnold in the playoffs, Daniel Jones did good for the first half of the season. JJ McCarthy looked like shit. You fired the GM, and now all this talk is, Kevin O'Connell. Man, get the fuck out of here, Kevin O'Connell.
You know what it is. You know what the Vikings are trying to do? They're trying to win the PR battle. They ain't trying to win no football games. They're trying to win a PR battle.
If they want to win the PR battle in the next couple hours, they should announce Kevin O'Connell has been let go too.
Oh, season tickets will go up
straight up, and then next thing you know, you. I'm not saying you promote Flores, but maybe you bring in a Sean McDermott or somebody. You bring in somebody else that's available.
Here's the thing. Flores is going to get it. Flores is going to get a head coaching gig, and I'll tell you why. Because John Gruden's name was out there. He has a lawsuit with the NFL also. So
exactly, my man. Fire KLC.
Yeah,
in the PR battle because if you fire Kevin O'Connell, now you let the whole world know both these dumbasses was the problem. We got to move on from both of them. It ain't finna be I pick one or the other, nothing like that, because I just believe this. If the team does not succeed next year, you're going to have to fire Kevin O'Connell. If you bring in a new general manager mid-season, next season, whenever you bring him in, Kevin O'Connell is not his guy. And the first thing a GM wants to do is get two things, his coach and his quarterback. So JJ McCarthy might not be the guy. You're just delaying the inevitable. Blow the shit up while you still got a couple of good candidates out there as head coaches. Tell Brian Flores, hey, man, we sorry, but shit, move on. You might not be here next year because you want a head coaching job or you promote him, but blow this shit up, man.
Yeah.
Blow this shit up. That's how you win.
The Wilfs have got to know. They've got to get a sense that the temp is on KOC and the fan backlash. People are starting to sound like us when it comes to Kevin O'Connell.
Exactly.
Yeah. A lot of the fans are. That's got to get back to him.
But you know what's crazy? You listen to a different other podcasts like the big guys, like the Purple Dailies and all those other guys. They're saying the same thing too. What's going on with Kevin O'Connell? Like, he's not absolved of any blame with the situation because he's the quarterback guy. And him being a quarterback guy, the quarterback stinks. That's not on the general manager. That's on the coaching staff.
That's on you.
And also, you know what? There's a coach in Houston who's having a lot of success too that they wanted to interview, but he turned it down because he knew he wasn't going to get the gig.
D'Amico Ryans, exactly. And his quarterback's been playing like shit the past 2 seasons, but they won multiple playoff games in every year. What's the problem? You see Drake May. He got a good coach and a good offensive coordinator. They're in the damn Super Bowl. Like, come on, Will.
With mid-talent at that.
And that Patriots team has to be the most mid-football team in all of football. If you had told me you were going to go to the Super Bowl with Garrett Bradbury as your starting center, I don't even know who plays defense for him, and you're in the Super Bowl?
And Stephon Diggs, who is probably 2 years past his prime.
Yeah, but Stephon got to keep paying. He got all these kids now he got to pay for, so he needs to keep paying. He got to keep playing. Shit. But I mean, it's just you look at. I mean, there's nobody that stands out on that Patriots team, but they've got a competent head coach and an even more competent. Say what you want about him, he's a terrible head coach, but Josh McDaniels is one of the best offensive coordinators in all of football. You know, and we've got an ego-driven head coach who he doesn't fool anybody anymore. Put it that way.
It says Mark Wilf said it wasn't about any one decision. It was about this long-term ownership decision in a critical offseason. And they reported that as of right now, Grigson is still on the staff. For right now.
For now.
Yeah. Shit's about to get ugly.
So I'm going to tell you something right now.
I
think the one person who's going to really blow this all up, it's going to be Flores.
Yep. Yeah.
It's going to be Flores. Because Flores, first of all, now Flores is at that point. It's like, guess what? I got paid, motherfucker. I'm not bailing your ass out.
Yep.
I'm not bailing your ass out. My defense is going to play, and they're going to play hard. They're going to help you out, but you got to help us out.
Yep.
For sure.
You know, which he should have done before, but now actually Flores got all the pull.
Yeah, because he can leave. He can go in the door, throw a grenade, blow that shit up, and walk out.
He could.
He could.
Yeah, because they could for all this, they could have let him go this offseason, but they wanted him to stay. So
And that tells you something right there. There might have been talking behind the scenes with Vikings ownership that they got to keep Flores.
Yeah.
And it also meant that, okay, they might see the writing on the wall that it's not going to work with KOC.
Yep.
So they need that fallback plan. Let's not have like we did like with Tomlin. But that was their first one that they lost. And Tomlin was only here a year. So
hey Jigga, I love you, bro. My fault. Go ahead. He said, I think Flores will save McCarthy's career. If Flores gets the job, McCarthy is out of here.
Honestly, you know what?
Nah,
he'll keep McCarthy. He'll keep McCarthy.
I don't think so.
He'll keep McCarthy, but he'll run the ball.
Yeah.
He'll keep McCarthy. He will. Especially because McCarthy got that attitude. He got that attitude. Yeah, I mean, Tua was injury prone in Miami, but Tua's not, he didn't have that attitude like McCarthy does. And Flores was right about Tua. So, but yeah, it could be, this is going to be interesting now.
It's going to be interesting. Like Terrell Owens used to say, get your popcorn ready because everybody going to be telling on everybody. And I think what really happened too, I think Mike Pitton going on that podcast, he blew that shit up and motherfuckers start asking questions and then it got worse. So
Pettin badmouthed Flores.
It doesn't matter. He badmouthed Flores was that you know that everybody ain't kumbaya.
Everybody, he put the light on it.
He put the light on it.
Yeah, he put the light on it. As much as it will.
They badmouthed Flores. Yeah, he badmouthed Flores and they still kept him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They gave him more money.
Yep. But they forced Pettin out.
Yeah.
So what does that take? You know what, D Woods, now that you mention it, you guys might be right. KOC could be next.
He could be next.
He could be next.
Because the thing about it is, though, you don't want to look like a franchise that doesn't have a plan, that can't hold it together. That's why I don't believe that this is going to be the Kevin O'Connell show. They don't know if he's going to be here next year.
Well, and I'll also say this, depending on the season next year, if they have a game, remember that Charger game they had?
Yep. They didn't even practice that week.
If they have a game like that next year, the day after that game, or if it's whatever, and they got a losing record, KLC is probably gone.
Yeah. That goes back to my point right now. If they're doing some kind of self-scouting and all this other stuff or whatever, Kevin O'Connell might get the boot because they might not want to deal with blaming somebody else. If you went into a meeting on Monday and you said, Kwesi's fucking up, he's doing X, Y, and Z, boom, 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 and now he's fired, you can't go into that same meeting on Sunday and be like, Kwesi's fucked up. That guy's gone. So what are you?
Well, here's the thing too. I've noticed they're talking. I wonder if they've talked to Kevin about giving up play calling.
True.
You know, there's so much going on behind the scenes we don't know about.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's Mike Pitton got forced out. They basically said, okay, fuck it, boom. He threw the grenade, walked away, shined the light on the situation. Everybody was talking about the bickering. Brian Flores didn't really get a head coaching gig. Nobody offered him anything. He got passed over multiple times. So Flores came back. But it's like, while Flores came back, he has a too aggressive personality, blah, 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 right?
Yeah.
They had a meeting about the shit. Kwesi said he wanted to do something his way of his version of the team. Kevin O'Connell said, nah, I want to do it my way. Next thing you know, Sam Darnold goes to the Super Bowl. What happened with that? Clashing.
Yeah.
And this is what happens when you go into a situation and the whole thing you say is, oh, we're going to do a collaborative effort on what we want to do. You can't do that because you basically had too many cooks in the kitchen, and whatever food you was trying to make, that shit didn't come out good. So they had to get rid of somebody. Kevin O'Connell, you on the hot seat right now, bro. You got to fix this shit because they kept you over Kwesi. And I must keep saying this shit. I've never seen a situation where the GM gets fired and they keep the coaching staff intact long term. They might keep them intact for the rest of the season or maybe even one season, but eventually that coach gets fired. Just like Mike McDaniel in Miami. They fired the GM mid-season. They kept him all season. They waited till their season was actually over in the playoffs. They didn't make the playoffs till shit was over. Then they fired him to move on. That's what happens. I'm telling you, KOC gonna be held accountable. I'm telling you, they about to have some more talks about this shit.
So I'm gonna leave y'all with this. Whatever podcast you watch, whether it be D Woods, Zoe, Rap, anybody, guess what? Even mine. We got stuff to talk about this offseason. It ain't gonna be boring because it sounds like this team, they're either gonna blow it up, stay status quo, but they're gonna make some more changes. You just can't stay. Brzezinski, he's got the title now. I don't know if he keeps it. He might keep it, but then what does that entail? Does he get to make personnel decisions?
Exactly. March and April going to be so crazy that.
Oh, once free agency starts, pay attention to free agency.
March and April is going to be so crazy, bro.
Yeah. The timing was stupid. The timing was dumb.
The timing makes no sense.
That's why I'm telling you, the timing makes no sense because something had to go down. Some shit had to go to the point where they had to get rid of somebody.
Yeah.
And the tip of the iceberg was Sam going to the Super Bowl. That's why Mark went on that conference and said basically it wasn't just one move. It was a lot of different moves. They've been sitting back watching. They've been sitting back watching this shit. And when Sam made the Super Bowl, that was that moment to when they start to have meetings about what the fuck was going on.
Well, and now here's the thing though too. It's Sam. They did offer Sam a contract. Seattle gave him more money.
They gave him more stability.
Yeah.
And you got to think about it too. That was the first time that Sam actually had be in the position to actually dictate what he wanted to do in his career. Because when you're drafted, you don't get to dictate where you want to go. When you're traded, you don't get to dictate where you want to go.
Yeah, he was still on that rookie contract. So.
Exactly. Like this was his first time. And I'm telling you, something had to go down behind closed doors. Hey, maybe they don't want into an incident to where they had, Mike Zimmer throwing punches. Maybe
okay. How weird is it also that they brought up Zimmer again?
Yeah. Zimmer's been with the whole Kellen Mond shit.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's been too much infighting, too much black eyes for this organization. They had to move on, and that's why they put in Brzezinski up to everybody because he's been with the team for a long time, and it's going to be the Brzezinski show, not the Kevin O'Connell show, because I'm not sure if Kevin O'Connell is going to be here next year.
But here's the thing, though, and this is what we have to look at too. No matter who you get as head coach, GM, whatever, you still got the same owners. So does shit really change?
Yeah, I told you it's the Wilfs. It's been the Wilfs since Childress. Always something. I'm like, why is this always something happening?
It was, you know what, D Money? It was the Wilfs from the beginning because they were the ones that fired Tice 15 minutes after a damn game.
Yep. Yeah.
The Wilfs have always had knee-jerk reactions to any type of coaching decision. This is knee-jerk also.
Yep. Right. Because it's too late in the season.
And Frazier.
Because think about it, though. If shit blew up in the background and you got a lot of infighting, you're just saying I can't have these two guys make any more decisions together and go into a season because we already go into the offseason. I can't trust that this shit won't be a kettle bomb in the next couple of seasons, in this whole next season. Like, that's just how they have to see it. Somebody had to go, and they chose Kwesi. And it might be O'Connell next.
You know, Manny, I agree with you. Tice was going to be fired, but you didn't have to fight. You could have given him some respect and let him enjoy his last game. You didn't have to fire him 15 minutes after.
Yeah.
There's just a tag. There's a respectful way to do it. and then there's like a really shitty way to do it, and that was shitty. And then they didn't even tell him
Also, get
his
ready
son
for
his son got the press release and told his dad. He said, "Dad, you need to see this." And then Mike went over to the Wilfs and said, "Were you going to tell me about this?" And the Wilfs said, "We didn't know how to tell you. We were going to bring it up, but we didn't know how to tell you at the moment." Okay, just fucking tell me.
Yeah, you know what else is going to happen? That's probably going to get on everybody's nerves. That's a Viking fan. Jetta trade talks.
Nah, that's not gonna happen.
They're not now because if you get rid of Jordan,
no, not from us.
Oh, from
the media.
The media.
The media is going to swamp the whole thing about Jettas and what Jettas is going to do, and if he's going to sit through another rebuild. If we're going to rebuild, it's going to get swamped. Probably going to see a lot of. I'm already seeing them now. Oh, I got this cool trade package for Jettas. Like, come on, man.
Yep, you're gonna see it now because that's what you don't want. You don't want to be looking like a franchise that doesn't know what they're doing, because then other franchises start to prey on you.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, it's like I said, this is great content for you guys. I mean, if you're a podcaster and you're a Viking podcaster, you got a whole lot to talk about.
And listen to this right here. This one dropped by the Viking fan page. It says the anticipation that Rob Brzezinski, who is essentially playing the role of the GM going forward until the draft, will lean on scouts and coaches within the building in preparation for the 2026 draft. Scouts, and coaches. Watch. I'm telling you, this the Rob Brzezinski show. This the Rob Brzezinski show. This ain't the Kevin O'Connell show. It's the Rob Brzezinski show.
You know what? And if Brzezinski might get rid of KOC.
Yeah, because he can tell this is some bullshit.
Yeah.
He can, because the thing about it now, though, Tony, now Rob Brzezinski is the guy that's going to have to work hand in hand with Kevin O'Connell. And if he feels, damn, Kevin O'Connell's a fucking dick and he don't fucking listen, he don't want to move shit around, it's the same shit Kwesi was talking about. We got rid of him. Get rid of this motherfucker now. Get him out of here right now because he's the problem. That's the thing. I'm going to keep saying that shit. Kevin O'Connell, if you told the Wilfs that everything was on Kwesi, you just signed your own little situation going on, man. Because your little shield blanket of the blame is over. So now they looking at you now, bro. And if Brian Flores is going to them after the games and shit, and it's like, yo, we could have won this game, but Kevin O'Connell decided to keep passing the ball. He don't want to run the ball. My defense is top 5.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
my defense is top 5 with the personnel that we have.
If you think about it, Tony and D Money, Brzezinski didn't have to work with KOC hand in hand, but now he does. Now he does. Now he gets to see who Kevin O'Connell really is. There's no middleman no more. Kwesi's gone. And if Brzezinski feels that Kevin O'Connell is on some bullshit, he's going to be the one to tell the Wilfs. And the Wilfs trust him more than anybody else in the building.
Then the Wilfs what the Wilfs are going to have to do, and they don't want to do it, is admit their mistake.
Exactly. And that's what they're doing right now. They're doing it slowly. They shouldn't have just did it to get it, both of them at the same time, and we'd be like, all right, cool. They shouldn't have did it. They shouldn't have did it when what's his name was available, when Harbaugh was available. That'd have been one of the best moves there, because he would have damn sure would have came over here.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like
Dabo's available. There's a whole bunch of people that was fucking available.
Oh, I'll tell you what. Down in Tennessee, they're putting together a hell of a staff down there.
That's what I'm saying.
Cam Ward is about to go off, folks.
They got the defense already locked up.
They got the defense. Now you've got Dabo down there with Cam Ward. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna be straight. Well, let's get out of here, man. Let's get the other podcast or some little play.
Yeah, I was following all this. I was gonna make lunch. Now it's almost dinner time here. So damn.
Yeah, I gotta feed the kids myself.
Yeah,
so I'll get a talk later.